Broadcasting live from your childhood wood-paneled basement, this is the Retro Handhelds podcast, featuring Stubbs, Rob, the Retro Tech Dad, Damien Wright, and today's special guests, TeamRetrogue and RetroBreeze. So sit back, relax, grab a cold, tasty beverage, and let's get this aging gamer party started. Shazam!
I bid you all good evening. We're here and we're back with the Retro Handhelds podcast, and we're here with our special guest today, as our announcer said, Shem and Mikhailov, TeamRetrogue, and we're so excited to have you guys here with us. How's everybody doing tonight?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
great.
feeling it?
Yep.
You got some drinks? You got some? I got some water here, some agua,
Chilled beverage.
hard agua.
I've got the PowKiddy timer all set to go. I'm just ticking them off every time it happens.
You have an active counter. How many times you say "Kitty"?
There's one.
If
That's
anybody
mine.
in the chat wants to turn it into a drinking game, by all means, go ahead.
All right, guys, let's dive right
You're
into
looking
the
to get your
news.
audience drunk tonight. Jeez.
I can't even right now. I cannot even. Shem, you want to take over for us? What's going on with this Odin 2 stuff?
Yes, I was the only one who has not been drinking before the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
You aim
Yeah,
for
so
you.
yeah, lots
Help
of
faster.
AYN news today because AYN have soft announced the Odin 2 a while ago. I guess they're kind of quiet on it because of obvious reasons with the Loki. But anyway, today they just did like a kind of an impromptu Q&A about the Loki 2. They've started a kind of an unofficial poll for colors, including like Indiegogo exclusive colors and stuff like that, and confirmed that it's going to be a really powerful chip. The most interesting thing, though, is that they have been talking about the launch of the product, saying it will be an Indiegogo campaign at the end of 2023. However, they say there will be early units going out very soon, which I find odd. And then there will be 1,000 units which will go out at the beginning of the Indiegogo campaign, and then the campaign would take over. So I don't know how that's going to work. And there was also like a little bit of crosstalk between the AYN staff members in the Discord. So I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, Odin 2 seems to definitely be coming this year, and or at the end of this year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that they can claw back some of what they had with the Odin and what they lost with the Loki.
Dude. And this is, okay, it's Starling too, and she's one of their employees.
Yeah.
So she's saying 100% it'll be an Odin 2. So where's this poll? Let's vote in the poll.
So it's on the AYN Discord. Let me see if I can bring it up here real quick.
Yeah.
So it's not an official poll. It's being run by one of the mods. But like on behalf of AYN, they say. I think that
Is it Scott?
they're trying not to do a bunch of hype. So they've got like a few colors here. You
Yeah.
can vote on what kind of color you want. Yep, right there.
Okay, give me green. Is there a green in there?
There is actually, they are doing a vote. There's a transparent green on the vote.
Oh god.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
going
gonna
green.
Yeah.
need,
And also a Saturn Gray, like Sega Saturn Gray, which, man, if they do that, I'll buy like 5.
Jojo says Scott, their mod Scott. You all know Scott as the AYN Nacho Sloth King. He was doing the poll. 100% we got to get that transparent green. I know you guys have been saying a lot of words right now in chat, and you guys are saying words, but I'm just seeing transparent green. My brain is just rattling around with transparent green. I'm wearing a green shirt in honor of that poll now.
Nice.
Thank you.
So other than polling for colors, do we know anything about the Odin 2 as far as like what's behind the shell?
No,
Or
so
part of
the only real info they gave was that it will have the same screen size as the original Odin, and that the grip shape on the back, like the ergonomics, are going to be somewhere between the Loki and the Odin. So it's not going to be exactly the same shape. I'm guessing they'll go with full-size sticks and stuff, like they're doing with the Loki. They seem to be obsessed with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They said that they won't be announcing like a chip or anything like that anytime soon. So yeah.
And what's all this? I'm going to go to your Twitter, Shem. What's all this drama going on with AYN? They canceled a bunch of SKUs, but I didn't dive super into that one yet.
Yeah, pretty simply. I mean, we all knew back in the day they launched way too many SKUs for the Loki, and what they did was that they canceled all the ones that they didn't have a minimum order quantity of, which I think is actually a pretty worrying thing to do. But they kept the Loki Max, the regular Loki, and then one or two of the lower ones. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, a bunch of them have been cancelled. You can contact AYN for a refund, which I always say, if AYN is good at one thing, it's giving you a refund. And then, or you can pay more to get an upgrade or whatever. So yeah, it's a shame that the Intel model was cancelled, which I thought was one of the most interesting.
What's crazy is they kept the 0 though. I can't believe they kept the 0. Like, why?
Yeah, that's very weird.
I don't. I mean, maybe the 0 is just cheaper to make. I don't.
Well, I think that because it was such a low price for an x86, they probably got a lot of orders. And other than the Win 600, which I still think is pretty expensive for what it is, I think that that probably helped. But they did say that it was surrounding minimum order quantities. So yeah, I guess
I
after
am
all the
bummed about the
cancellations, they
i3.
just had to. Yeah, me too.
That version was looking like it would be really cool. That 1215U actually spec'd out pretty nicely. It had good performance.
Yep.
This is a bummer. Because, okay, I canceled all my Lokis before this happened anyways. So I'm not personally offended or anything, but the one I was going to get was canceled. I think that would have been the Loki Mini Pro Intel I was going for. So that's kind of... All right. I mean, I get it on a business aspect, but in the Loki Max is not really going to be a Loki Max by the time it comes out because it's going to be 6800U and we're already at the 7000.
Well,
I'm actually debating whether or not to cancel my Loki. I still have the $25. They're still sitting on it. I just don't know.
Oh, for $25 though, I mean, I'd probably stick that one through personally if I went that route. Unfortunately, I paid full price in the end for a few of them, and I was like, no, I'll take my money back.
The problem with me is I can't keep my money in my wallet, and I just dropped an exorbitant amount on an AYANEO Geek.
Yeah,
which is kind of the same chipset. I was like, I already have something.
Well, is the AYANEO Geek the one that's getting that upgrade to the the AMD 7000 series?
It is. It's. I think the Geek and the 2 are getting an upgrade, which I don't know, 6800, 70, whatever. I mean, is that really that much of a difference?
Well, I will say actually, AYN did confirm 100% that they're not planning to to offer an upgrade on the Loki Max. But I think that's a good point. That from what I've seen, there isn't a massive difference between the 6800 and the 7000 series. I think that really what you're going to see is a little bit more efficiency, not a lot more performance. So I think the Loki launch has been a huge disaster for AYN. I think it's a miracle that they're doing anything, to be honest. It's a miracle they haven't cancelled them all, in my opinion. But I do think there's still a place for it. Sure, it's the 6800. That's going to be a hard piece of marketing to get across if they decide ever to do any marketing. But I still think there's a place for it. I still think a smaller, Odin-esque handheld with x86 would be appealing. So.
What's the current price point on it right now?
Well, actually, that's weird because they're still honoring the coupons, like they did the Odin discounts. Yeah. So I can't remember how much it was, like $650 or something like that.
That's the other thing. They could sticking to the 6800U is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if they can be competitive on pricing, kind of undercut the 7840 models.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Loki, its entire announcement was to undercut AYANEO.
Yeah.
That's why they did it. That's why they did it when they did it. That's why they wanted to get in there. And obviously, I don't think that was a good idea, but Yeah. I mean, I still think the Loki will probably end up being really, really good because I think AYN do really care about making good gaming handhelds. It might just be a bit too late for mainstream appeal.
So I'm looking at the 256 regular Loki, not the Max, with the 6600U, and that's $579. So it's, I mean, pricing is a lot more competitive than AYANEO. So I mean, I'll give them that.
So which ones can we still order?
Cheaper than the ROG Ally.
Oh, they updated their website. It's looking nicer now.
It's kind of sleek, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It looks good.
And
Yeah,
it is
the
cheaper than the
Loki
ROG
looks
Ally. You're right.
Really nice. Yeah.
Half of
So
that
we
Stubbs dark mode mod.
I know. Yeah, I use Dark Reader, and it's such a helpful plugin. People give me trouble for using Edge, but it's integrated with Windows.
No.
If you're already eating the dog food, it feels like you might as well get
Oh
integrated.
no, we're getting
You might
Shem
as-
started early here.
Hold on, we'll get there in a minute. But
Stubbs, I'm with you. I don't use it all the time, but I don't judge you for it. It's
You're going to drive Shem off
I do
the
it with
edge.
any platform. On Apple, I use Safari. On Windows, I use Edge. On Chromebooks, I use Chrome. On Samsung, I use the Samsung browser.
Stubbs, would you say you're on the cutting edge?
Now you, I got to make a banner for you. Good. No, you got me. No.
I'm never
Loki-
coming on this podcast again. You're never going to have me back on. I've already lost you.
Please, I mean, just be on the podcast 24/7. I think we go the opposite route with it. I think that's the way we go. I'm also spying your nerdery back there. What do you have in your backdrop? I'm gonna ego box you for a second.
Oh, yeah.
This one's gonna get full screened.
You're going to do the full face reveal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Jazz
There
hands
you
I
down.
haven't
are.
recovered from the Shem show, by the way.
So that's a custom-made bombette from Paper Mario behind me.
That's cool.
Like, I actually had a
Wow.
friend make that for me.
That's really cool.
That's
Wow,
fun.
that looks official. That's crazy. That's really
Yeah,
good.
no, that's a custom job.
Wow.
There's no bombette merch anywhere, and it's the best bomb in the world.
This is super cool. Wow.
So, and then I don't know if you want to look to my left because I'm a little bit insane with Smash Brothers Amiibo.
Hey, you got a
Yeah.
shelf of Amiibo too. I
You got
got
a
one here
collection.
beside me as well. That's awesome.
Nice.
We collect something called a Tony in our household here for the kiddos, but they're little guys that play music. But the Amiibos are way
cute.
more functional. So I approve.
Listen, my job right now is to out-dad the tech dad when it comes to jokes.
Yeah, put you guys in a duel together. That we should have a dad off. one of these
Dad
days.
off.
We want to have a dad off.
Dad off.
Do you have any more
Listen,
dad
I
jokes?
also
for me?
teach high schoolers, so the dad jokes are just on point most of the time.
Oh right, yeah, you are a high school teacher. That's right. We gotta
Yeah.
get to know
We
you
just
guys.
got back from the prom actually, so
I did just get back from prom.
nice
together though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Prom was today. Flew all the way into my fake state just to go to my fake prom.
Okay, so I got your banner set up, so we'll have that at the ready from now on. Sorry, everybody. Back to the news. Loki, yes, I am becoming a fan again. They've narrowed down their product line. Okay, I'll probably do the Loki Zero. I'll probably get it in black because it's the closest thing to green that they have.
The black with the green LEDs though, because you can customize it as LEDs. Oof, it's gonna look good.
Oh,
It has like a light strip along the sides and the bottom.
Oh
I know.
no!
So you
My
can-
res.
Oh wait, can we do? We can do an NVMe upgrade. Oh, we can do a RAM upgrade. Oh, that's cool.
I mean,
Oh, LED.
not to
Damien's
shill,
prompting.
Chill.
but if you want to support AYN and the Loki, now's probably a really good time to do it because I mean, it's been such a disaster of a launch, and
Oh yeah.
the thing with AYN, and I've had some thoughts about my pre-order, which I've kept, But every single time I pick up that Odin, I'm like, oh yeah, like these guys made the best gaming handheld ever, in my opinion. And so,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm just, I know that the Loki will be good if, you know, it was just a terrible launch. It was just an awful launch. And yeah, anyway.
No, I think you're onto something there. It was an awful launch. They probably shouldn't have ever made the Odin Lite, unfortunately. As much as we were all excited for that one, it just wasn't as good as the Odin Pro or the Odin Base, in my opinion. The Loki Zero here coming in at that 3050E, so people can sort of know what to expect there because it's the same chip that was in the Win 600, right? In the Win 600 higher end models. This is shaping up to be something good. Do they still have the $25 reserve price, or do you pay full price now? Let's see.
I thought you could still reserve it.
You can still reserve. You can still reserve.
$25. Yep.
$25. Oh, I'll probably do it. Yep. I will probably be doing this shortly.
You're weak.
Well, it's for, hey, my excuse. I will always have this excuse as a YouTube reviewer, dude. I'm doing it for the channel.
Yeah,
I'm doing it for the viewers.
I'm starting to use that excuse now.
Doing it for the viewers. Tell my wife I'm doing it for the viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I know. Do we care about this? Do we care about the AYANEO getting the 7,000 upgrade? Does anybody? Mikhailov, I know you do probably because you are on the Geek, right? So you're.
Yeah, but the Geek is great as it is. I don't think it really needs a bigger chip.
Supposedly, this is better than the Z1 Extreme that's in the ROG Ally.
I think all of them are now making the jump to the 7840U. GPD's doing it with the WinMax 2. Yeah, they're all trying to stay relevant, basically.
That's incredible.
I'd almost say, maybe this is a weird thing to say, but I'd almost say go ahead, release the 7,000 models because the 6,800 models will get cheaper.
I mean, there you go.
Yep.
I agree.
And here's the thing as well. I don't think that the 6,800 to 7,000 series is going to be a huge jump. I personally think that the next big thing we need to see on these is battery life. You know, I mean, I think all the ROG Ally coverage has shown that.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't really think it could get worse than the Steam Deck, and every single review I've watched has been like the battery life is even worse. And even Russ said in his review, he said that, you know, he was playing it so much that he was so disappointed when the battery ran low. And so, you know, I think that I'm not as interested right now because, I mean, these chips, 6800U, can run everything right now, like pretty great. Steam Deck's awesome. I don't see a need for a huge jump in performance right now. I see a need for battery.
I agree with that. 100%.
Better battery. Mm-hmm. We need something, in my opinion, lower powered. I don't care about performance as much if you can give me an awesome battery life. Of course, having both would be nice.
The focus needs to be on that lower TDP for sure. I mean,
best chip with lowest TDP with biggest battery.
But this is why I also think that you know, ARM is still much more appealing to me than x86. Not because I don't see the value in x86, but like my Odin, I mean, I play it for like 8 hours playing a GameCube game without breaking a sweat. It's just awesome. It's so good. And you know, I was looking at the you know, Red Magic 8 Pro. I mean, like that it blows my mind, like what they've achieved with that. And you know, we're talking about, you know, emulating consoles that you shouldn't be allowed to, according to some people, at full speed. You know, contemporary systems and stuff. It's so good. It's so freaking good. And I think that if AYN come out of the gate with an Odin 2 with a really, really, really good chip, I mean, I still think, despite the Loki debacle, they're going to have it in the bag. Yeah.
No, that's fair. If only, I don't know. Even if I don't end up going crazy for the Loki or for the Odin 2, I still appreciate what AYN is doing for the scene. I mean, they're bringing the standards up around just like Retroid does. they're bringing the standards up. They're doing things like not including ROMs. They're doing some cool things, and their stock ROMs, their stock operating systems are awesome. Like they're best in the business right now.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, you would almost think they were the same company sometimes. Really, they are.
Dun dun dun. Oh, Capitan just reached out to me, who's a mod over at the AYN Discord. He says, I got coupons if you pay full price on Loki. Let me know if you do have reordering. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if that's meant just for me or for everybody.
That's out of the bag.
I just read a DM.
You just
I
cost
can't do that.
like 25 per order.
Now everyone's like, I demand that coupon. Well, maybe it's like a
This
50
just become Oprah. You get a Loki. You get a Loki.
I stepped into
I think I still have a pre-order code
beehives
too in
all
my
the
inbox.
time. Well, apparently coupons do exist, though. We need to talk to AYN, though, about doing some sort of promotion for nearing launch on the channel here, right? We should help in some manner and try it out. And try out the Loki, try out the Odin. I was a huge fan of the Odin 1, that's for sure. I regret getting rid of it. You know what it was for me, though? It was the joysticks, the stock joysticks, and L1 and
They're
R1.
fine. They're
No,
fine.
no,
They're fine.
no.
They're fine. Look,
But they're so
look.
they're so
look.
nubbin.
They're
so nubbin.
fine.
Shem, I'm sorry, but there's no reason that thing has to have such little tiny
Why does it-
sticks on it. There's
Why
no
does it-
reason it needs to be there.
Hey, Shem likes to nub. It's all right. It's all right.
Why
Leave him
you-
alone. He likes his nubbing.
And what about the L1 and R1 are so tough to press down? I feel like I don't know.
I want the the retro handheld with 2 ThinkPad nubbins.
There you go.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yes.
Those are ambernic
Yes.
joysticks.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that actually. That's the irony.
Actually, surprisingly
Yes.
easy to swap out.
Yeah.
These are from
Um,
what was the M that came out that had the Hall
353M
sensors?
that had the Hall
Was
sticks.
it 353M? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
those
think-
are 353M sticks
I
that I
think
bought like right
did
before
or
Gilly
no.
Kit released theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do the mod, and that's one thing I could have probably done to make it a better experience. But having to deal with the L1 and R1 thing, and then you have to get a kit, and they would send it to you for free, which was awesome. I just moved on from it, you know, especially when Razor Edge came out. I'm like, okay, this is the new threshold for higher end Android. So I hope Odin 2 can give us that Gen 1 Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 or Gen 2 chip and really knock it out of the park, because I've always been a fan of AYN. I hate to give them a hard time, really, but I want to see a smoother launch. I don't want to see like an Odin 2 Lite. I don't want to see a billion SKUs. Narrow it in, focus in on 1 or 2 devices at most, 1 or 2 color choices.
See,
And
I
one of
actually
them
had
should
the
be transparent
opposite.
green. Any green is fine.
Well, that's
But-
true. You need the transparent green.
Dark green and light green are the 2 SKUs.
I had the opposite experience. I actually like this thing so much that a friend of mine who wanted a retro handheld knew nothing about retro handhelds. You know, didn't have a friend that had a retro channel or handheld channel or anything like
Yep.
that. Wanted a device. He wanted something to play some NES, Super NES games on. So I hooked him up with an Odin. I set it up for him, and he's like, "Dude, what is this thing? It's magic." like,
That's
how-
my opinion of it every time I pick it up.
I mean, it's true. It's a beautiful all-in-one experience, and I can't believe I got caught up in the performance wars and chose a lesser device. I mean, the Razer Edge is a lesser device in a sense, in every sense but performance, actually.
It's very easy to fall into a rabbit hole with this hobby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
For
it
sure.
absolutely is. But the Odin, it's true, and I do miss it. So I just wanted to say that. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'm oohing and awing at that Odin 2, and I want to know every juicy detail. And we're gonna be here going over it. Shem, we gotta have you just be the news guy from now on. This is fun. It's fun to react off what you're saying. We had a
Can
few other
I
things, though.
can I say one more thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look AYN in the face. Okay. I want you to succeed. The Loki, was a bad launch. Like
Mhm.
you can do it. Like the Odin
can
is
do
so
it.
good. You can do it, and I'll be there to buy the Odin 2 for sure. You know, come on guys, you got this.
Yes, we have the new flagship AYN spokesperson on the chat here. We have Shem, and I want you to do all the Loki news on the show from now on because this is way more. I don't know. This is way more fun. So I approve of this. You can do it, AYN. Yeah, let's get on that bandwagon.
Yep.
I've been wrong. I've been wrong for so long.
No, we haven't been wrong. We haven't been wrong because you have to hold people to account for poor things. But yeah, exactly what Kyle said. Just stop getting ahead of themselves. Take it easy. Lean into what you do well, which is making really great handhelds. You don't need to make 100 of them. Just make, 1 or 2. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Though I really hope they're able to get back some of that good faith. And it's carried a lot of people with the Loki. So,
do you guys remember the pre-launch time for the first Odin? How much wonder there was, the vibe around the scene.
Oh yeah, it's gonna run every PS2 game ever. It's gonna be amazing. Like
it was so.
No, but it was so cool.
We had Scott on here to do a whole presentation on like everything about the culture of the Odin, and I mean those were wild times. Those were good times though. So if we can get that and more power in this Gen 2, whew,
yep,
I might come out of slumber. My heart might become unfrozen from this.
The Odin was definitely a marker of generations, right? Like we were playing with a lot of the MIPS chips and the different little handhelds and everything, and then the Odin came out and really changed how everything worked. We had Android handhelds like the 2 Plus, or what was it, the 2 and everything around. I guess 2 Plus probably was around that time, was still around, but it changed a lot when the Odin came around, and it was a different, I guess, like generational gap that came around. Like we had a lot of different expectations, a lot of different like ideas of what these things can do. It's interesting.
We got so jaded after its launch.
True.
And them being able to bring the Snapdragon on board into one of these handhelds was a big deal.
Yeah,
I think that was unusual to see.
And the 845 was so proven by then. It was, I had the Poco F1 at the time, which was 845, and that thing was amazing. And so the second I saw this was an 845 with, overclocked with active cooling, I was like, yeah, like that is going to be awesome. So
yeah, I want my Odin back now. You've infected my brain.
Hey, they're shipping pretty fast. I got the Lite a few months ago, and then I got the Pro a few months prior to that, and they shipped it pretty quickly. So
yeah,
go ahead and order one.
Yep.
Really interesting how there's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You continue. I'm just kind of oohing and ahhing, and I'm remembering that first unboxing of my first Odin and how awesome that was. Like how much there was so much hope. There was so much like, wow, I have this landscape of emulation that's been opened up in the perfect form factor with so many things. And then we also, found our flaws with it and kind of moved on to the next device because we're content creation machine. But it's like, I never really came back to really just play on it that much. I did for a while and then found other stuff. So it's just, I don't know, guys. It's just making me nostalgic already.
It's like when I go back to my 351p. Like it's weird that device is nostalgia now. Like we have all these chip milestones. Like the chip that was in that one was the standard for a while. Now it's the T618. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And before that, it was the chip that was in the Odin. So I think we find our milestones and then we latch on to whatever has that chip.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's right. And then Anbernic makes 17 of that chip, and then we move on to the next.
I'm literally doing 2 reviews with the T618 right now, so simultaneously. I'm so burnt out on that chip. I'm trying to do something.
All y'all jumped ship and got the 3 Plus. I still have my regular 3. I love that thing.
3 Plus is a good upgrade. I mean, if you like the form of the 3, you'll definitely like the 3 Plus.
I had thought about just getting the upgrade and just doing it myself, but I don't know. I've opened so many devices in the last couple months that I might be getting worn out. I'm tearing things open and hope I don't break them.
That's my favorite part is potentially breaking something when I tear it apart.
Oh, you want to talk about stress? the AYANEO having to take the sides apart to get to the screws.
No.
That is stress inducing. Because they give you a metal pick and a piece of tape.
Man.
And say, here, put this tape over your device, and then take this metal pick and stab it. Nothing will happen, I promise you. I've got 2 scratches on it. No Amazon return policy here. I'm hanging on to
like
that
one. Speaking of Amazon, have you guys ever gotten that email from Amazon finally? If you're a frequent flyer there, where they're like, hey, we're just emailing you to say that you've bought too much stuff and returned too much stuff in not the original, condition that was in or whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? I know I've returned a lot of stuff.
Shame on you, Stubbs.
But
Shame on you.
They want you to repackage it in such a state as being brand new. I mean, I do my best, but I have kids and they run off with cables sometimes, and the instruction manuals sometimes get peed on, and they want me to send the urine. Do they want me to send the urine soaked dried instruction manual back when I send it back?
They
It
do.
doesn't work out.
They do. It will end up on Amazon warehouse in an acceptable condition.
Yeah, and then
I'm gonna be honest, Stubbs. I can't sympathize with this position that you're in.
Yeah, I think you're on your own with this one.
one of you was messaging me saying that your buddy I think it was Aish. It was Aish who messaged me. He was like, my buddy got that same email just the other day. I'm like, are they on is this a conspiracy now? Like, are they out to get us? Are they out to get reviewers? Because
I don't know.
I did get the email actually.
That's probably it.
See,
But it was weird though, because it was an iMac, like the huge one. What's the massive iMac? Got it, turned it on, corrupted hard drive, returned it, and they were not happy. They sent me the email instantly, and then I got a follow-up personal email saying
my God.
What happened here? And I was
Really?
like, dude, it was faulty. And then they were like, oh, okay.
I mean, I get it.
If you say
They
so.
maybe thought you swapped out the hard drive and returned it or something, or who knows.
I would love it if I could do that. I mean, if I could have fixed it myself out of the box, I would have. But those things are insane.
There's a lot of people that abuse that return system.
Yeah, for sure. That's true.
But at least one that I know of.
I don't mean to abuse Amazon's system. It's just I go through a lot of things and I try things out and I want it, and I'm so anal. I want things perfect. If I'm going to invest money in something like lighting for something like this, I want to make sure it's exactly the way that I want it before I commit to a long-term purchase. So
that's legitimate though. Yeah. I mean,
it's
a lot
not
of times you don't know what you're getting, honestly. It's just turns out to not be what you expected.
Exactly. So you should be allowed to return it. And I was joking about the peed on instruction booklet. Whoever was you, that never happened that I know of. But I've had things go missing anyways, and so it's not 100% new. And so I sent them a response, and I was like, I will do whatever I have to do to make this right. I'm committed to Amazon as my overlord and toy daddy. Please don't take away my toys. And
the problem is though, it's also kind of a gamble, because sometimes you get that situation where they're like, sure, we'll refund you, you don't need to send it back, and then you're just like, yes. So you kind of want to try,
you kind of want to test the water.
Yeah, maybe I could get this for free.
I'm sure we all have shadow profiles based on how much money
where
you
we
spent
do our
versus,
shame purchases.
Sometimes Shem, I get that. They're like, don't worry about it, don't send it back. And sometimes it's just like, man, I've returned a lot of stuff. And it's like they're like, yeah, just put it in a box. Like the original packaging's messed up, we get it. Like, don't worry about it. And I'm just like, how does this company make money?
I have 2 questions for Stubbs.
Everything in a trash bag. Yeah. Go ahead.
One, did you accidentally send back your DoorDash food? And 2, when they refused the return, did they say sorry, ma'am?
Yeah. Oh, you're asking me about from the episode with Zoo? Man. That's right. I talked about that on stream. That really happened. They did say sorry, ma'am. I still have the text messages. That was a true story. Yeah.
Merch
have I been
soon?
known to embellish real life dramas for the sake of entertainment? No,
Never.
I've not done that once. But the PP story, I don't know. Maybe that one. Maybe I don't know, guys. I don't know how to recover from this. I don't know how to get back. I think we were on a train going that way, and now we're over here. But I'm having fun, and I'm gonna not return stuff. I'm scared now to return stuff to Amazon. By the way, I have a fear pile that's growing to my left of purchases I don't need or want, but I'm afraid now of that email and another slap on the wrist. So it's like I'm trying to legitimize keeping these items. Like I can find a use for them still somehow. Like I have 4 extra lights that serve no purpose except for being on 1% brightness. I call it mood lighting. But if it were up to me, I would send them back because they weren't the right fit for me. And I'm scared. You know, Amazon, I've been at the teat for like 12 years now. They can't cut me off. This will just shut my account down. And ethically, I don't approve of anybody just getting stuff off Amazon to review it for their YouTubes and then sending that back. Like ethically, I've never crossed that line, but things have ended up in that state because I'm like, I don't want this, but I might as well review it before I send it back. So like, where's the line? Where's the line?
Talk to me about RP1 Stubbs. Have you ever bought an RP1 on Amazon just to check it out and return it?
Just to check it out? Well, yeah. Well, yes. I've of course. G Clouds. I bought a bunch of stuff to check it out and return it. But it's like you tell yourself, right? You tell yourself, hey, I'm probably going to keep this. But like, if I don't, the option's there, right? So no harm, no foul. I appreciate having this chance to sort of confess, to sort of have confessional with you all, and get this off my chest because I don't want Amazon to drop me from the teat. That's it. Thanks. Should we move back to the news, though? Can we get back to what we were talking about?
Please don't pull it from me.
All of a sudden, I'm in a deposition here, guys. Like, come on. I'm the one who brought up the subject, too. So it's like I get myself in my own damn horror show.
Yeah, let's stop peeing on Stubbs. Apparently his kids do that enough.
Oh, no. What are we going to do?
Hi, I'm new.
We were gonna talk.
They're not living this one down. That's for sure.
Are we 37 minutes in on the first topic?
Yeah. This is what always happens, though. The first topic's always the longest.
We have things to do. All right. I appreciated Shem, you leading us through that whole journey. That was sort of like a journey somewhere we went together. It ended an emotional release.
We ended up with a breakdown, yeah.
Oh. Yes.
No, I mean, you had a breakdown over your Amazon returns.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay though, right? Like it'll
It
be
is
all right.
okay. It's
Between
okay.
us. Okay.
It's all right.
Are we still friends?
Yeah, we're friends. Well, actually, you did mention Edge browser, so we'll see.
Okay. I'm not gonna switch that. I'm a hard no.
Speaking of,
I don't know. I may double down and just start using Edge.
no. Oh my goodness. I'm not here to do this. This isn't why I'm on the stream, but I will
I
go
used to work
there.
for Microsoft. I had to toe that line at one point.
I have an iPhone.
You worked at
Well, let's
Microsoft?
put
Is
Edge
that
on.
why you use Surface products exclusively?
It not exclusively, but heavily, right? Like
Hey, they're nice. They're good products.
Yeah, I've got a
beautiful
Surface Book
products.
too.
the Surface earbuds are garbage. The
Thanks.
Surface. I mean, everything else Surface branded is fine. The Microsoft Band was garbage.
There's
Yeah.
Duo. Oh, that's right. The
Zune
Duo is the only one that
laptops.
was weird as a phone.
How-
Probably not so good.
How come we're never talking with the Zune anymore? Like, can you
Oh.
do emulators on there? Or?
No.
If anyone's gonna try, it'll be Rob.
Yeah, I
but
feel
you
like
can't.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys might.
Oh, something Zune's going to be happening eventually.
Nice.
Challenge accepted.
Oh.
All right,
And then
guys. So
everybody's gonna buy out Zunes as soon as that deal comes out. Got Mario 3 on my Zunes and Microsoft
They're rare
Edge.
now.
PowKiddy devs. PowKiddy dev Jay Dewitz here says there was going to be a Max 3. Cool, we already knew that. Thanks, James. But people are saying that there's going to be a Max 3 Pro and that might be a 3588, which would be nuts. So apparently that's like the latest hotness, and it'll go and punch above a T618. Is this true for experts on the stream here?
Oh yeah, 3588 will probably outperform Odin with GameCube and PS2.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Shem, do you have an Orange Pi? I forget.
No, I don't. But
I was going to say, do any of us have a 3588 device yet?
I was going to buy one, so I did like days and weeks of research into like what it could do, its capabilities and all that. But you know, that whole AliExpress tax thing made me not buy it.
Can one of you other find people on the stream here do the PowKiddy? I feel like my voice is PowKiddy. Did anyone here up for it? People are asking for it. You building it up?
People being just zoo.
Yeah,
basically.
This was not people.
Say the line, Stubbs.
It'll be interesting to see which device ends up with that 3588 first.
And Friday evening Stubbs is different than Saturday morning Stubbs.
It's a completely different experience. I'm getting crazy on my agua. I'm out of agua. This is terrible.
Does any device have the 3588 yet? Is it in any anbernic device?
No, it's not in any handhelds. No. It's in a lot of planned handhelds. I know there's the Orange Pi handheld coming out.
Yes.
So I'm just curious which one will make it to market first, because it'll be nice. It'll be a nice jump in power, I think.
News when?
It won't be cheap though. If it's a 3588 handheld from like PowKiddy, it's not going to be like the X55 level. It'll probably be $200-$300.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the 200 for sure.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of confused. Like, is the X55 not the Max 3? Like, it seems like it in every regard. But...
It's a little bit bigger than well, at least it's bigger than the Max 2. So I don't know if the Max 3 is going to be the same size as the X55 or the Max. Well, I don't even know.
I don't think there's a point. I don't think there's a point to the Max 3 at this point. I think just the Max 3 Pro should be made, right? Because
so that's perfect for PowKiddy then, because if there's no point to it, then they're definitely going to be releasing it.
Oh, do I have a banner for that? Hold on. Do I have a PowKiddy in here? I'll just do a general.
How many times are we up to right now in terms of PowKiddy?
3.
Only.
Okay. Sorry, I got to get myself re-stoked on this podcast. Hold on. Here we go. Sorry, family. I got to do this for the viewers. Kitty! Okay, we are back with the RH podcast, and we're done talking about the PowKiddy. We talked about the.
We're done talking about the what?
We're Kitty, and we need to jump straight into, I think, some ASUS ROG Ally, ROG ASUS, the Ally, the Mania. People are going crazy about this thing. It's making the Windows handheld news all over the internet, and we need to talk about it. People want to discuss. Shem, why do you hate Windows?
Well, I mean, that's besides the point. No, I mean, I hate Windows because it's awful. I did a great Twitter thread on it recently. I mean, here's the way I see it, okay?
Yeah.
So if you look at Android version 1, and then Android version 13 that we're on now. Mm-hmm. Like, what's improved? Literally everything. Mm-hmm. Every single thing. Windows 7 versus Windows 11, which is the same time period, same amount of time. What's improved? Nothing at all. It's gotten either worse or it has, just stayed the same. And the thing is with Windows, the only thing that's really gotten better is how they steal your data. And also, the whole thing's spaghetti code. Like, it's just so, like, now with Windows 11, they've got this right click where you have to right click and then you have to click another thing to get the real right click menu. It's completely arbitrary. The start menu Here's another thing. Start menu. You've got me going, so I'm just going to go for it.
Just let it out, man.
Start menu,
I
right?
figure you might have it in you today. Let it out. Let it out.
Do you know why the start menu was always in the bottom left? Right? It was supposed to represent infinity. Right. So no matter where you are on your Windows computer, you can always put the mouse to the bottom left and you'll get the start menu. Then they put it in the middle, where it's impossible to find. And then you open it and it's useless, right? Okay, here's my point on all of
Why'd
this.
Why'd they move it to the middle? I don't know.
Yeah, because it's stupid. Oh my god.
That's like the first thing I do is I move it back to the left when I set up a new computer. Anytime it's like, nope, not happening.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, you should check out Start as Back as well. Start as Back is awesome. It just replaces the whole start menu, and even the search as well.
Yeah, I dig that. I dig that.
Yeah. So the thing is, though, there is no, and I'm saying this directly to the camera because it's important. Okay, actually, Stubbs, got on the Shem show.
Okay, Shem showed.
You're using Windows in 2023. I mean, what are we doing here? It's just there's no reason for you to be using Windows in the year 2023. Instead of using Windows, you should use Linux, either SteamOS, once that's readily available, or any other Linux distribution. You will not have your information stolen. You will have better performance. You will have more resources available under pretty much every circumstance. And the thing is, people complain about compatibility with, SteamOS and Proton and all of that. You have to make some concessions to keep your data and your privacy safe. And this in Windows is the worst offender for this. So I say, take the L with some compatibility. I think that's what the kids say these days. Move on to a Linux distribution. It's easy. It's more user-friendly. It doesn't have all the arbitrary garbage that Windows has. No bloatware. You can customize it, change the colors, whatever. It's so much better. And I genuinely think that unless you have a Windows exclusive application that you need, you should not be on Windows on any handheld. Or not handheld, any computer, any handheld, any mini PC. Just don't do it. You should be on Linux. And I mean that. Everybody should be. Your grandma should be on Linux. And if you want to try it out, you should check out Zorin OS. Zorin OS they position themselves as a Windows alternative, and it's very easy to use for everyone. Just you gotta do this. You gotta get off Windows. It's so bad. They're telemetry. And actually, going back to Edge, when you open Edge for the first time, what happens? They come up with a big thing that literally says, we are going to take your information and give you ads based on that information. What happens when you go to a website that happens to have a store? You get a pop-up. We've noticed you're on this store. Do you want a coupon? No, I don't want a coupon.
Well,
I don't want you to watch what I'm doing. I don't want any of it, right? So
don't you?
Anyway.
No, and I hear you, but how am I going to launch Adobe Photoshop?
Well, you'll find a way, or you take a concession and use something else.
But I don't want a concession.
Yeah, okay, well,
what about the other apps like that, like the ones that you can't? I know you can do emulation or like run Wine or something, right? But that doesn't always work. So
jokes aside, if you need to use Windows, that's fine. But I do think that on a handheld gaming device, I don't think it's the right option.
I know.
And I hope that with the ROG Ally, going back to the Ally, I really hope they put out, the right drivers and maybe even, work with Steam. To get SteamOS on there.
I will say that someone mentioned Tiny 11, and that is definitely a good option. I've used Tiny 10 and Tiny 11. It's really clean, pretty fast. Doesn't use a lot of RAM. Definitely a good option if you don't want any of the crazy stuff Microsoft has added.
Yeah, I usually use Phoenix Light or Revision OS. Yeah.
No, it's true. And what has me going back to the Windows platform over and over again is just the fact that there's some apps that just are optimal in Windows. And I remember back in 2018, I tried to switch to Ubuntu Studio. I'm like, this is made for creators. It seemed perfect. And I really enjoyed most aspects of it. Used Firefox as my browser. But for music production and then for like video and audio stuff, I'm like, crap. I couldn't find something that really spoke to me. And so I ended up back Windows, and begrudgingly so, because I had an identity like stolen issue back in 2018ish as well. I'm like, I'm going to go crazy on my passwords. I'm going to lock everything down. And the two bottlenecks in my scheme to harden my digital life was Google. Tough to get away from Google. Your data gets processed through there, even if you're not part of their services. And tough to get away from Facebook and from Microsoft. So it's like you spend so much time safeguarding your digital life that you don't spend as much time living your life. And I picked the lesser two evils to me, and I'm on Windows today. But on handhelds, it has no right to be on there, and I totally freaking agree with you on that one. I think it's just cumbersome. You have to manage antivirus. Like, who wants to manage the entire UI of Windows 11 at that, in a handheld form without trackpads? So the ASUS ROG Ally having Windows as its default OS and not SteamOS at the gate, because that would have been epic, and they could have totally done it. And why didn't they do it? Even Valve retweeted their stuff the other day, and they're like, good job for, bringing the PC market back into the glory here. And no SteamOS. So I hope someone
it's definitely going to come, though. SteamOS will definitely,
right?
Yeah.
It has to.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, it most likely will work right out of the box, right out the gate. So it's all x86 architecture, so we should be pretty good with that.
Chimera
It also,
already works.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
handhelds, it's not going to make that much of a concession, because it's the games that you're already playing on that handheld. There's a few games that you can't play on SteamOS. Just
Yeah.
Easy Anti-Cheat exists, and it only works on Windows, and it is what it is. But there's only a few really key games that fall under that ecosystem. But for a handheld, SteamOS totally makes more sense. It's a different conversation when it comes to desktop and laptop computers, but there are still some points you've made that are for sure accurate. But those concessions at that point, you're starting to weigh as not as much as on a handheld, which is like it kind of makes sense to go into that SteamOS size outside of a few caveats, but like the desktop and laptop.
So really I've got a couple of personal things to talk about if it has to do with Windows, and they're bad and good.
Open forum here, I'd say, man.
Yeah, no, the AYANEO Geek obviously runs Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Number one out of the gate, unofficial copy, or it was not. The key wasn't working, and so I tried to activate it. Wouldn't work. I suppose I could have called or emailed support. Didn't feel like dealing with that. Ended up finding a site to buy a key, so I had to, in addition to spending all this money, now I had to buy a key. That was kind of annoying. But on the other side, there are just a couple of things that Linux systems can't do. Specifically, I've never been able to get a VPN to work on my Steam Deck for the couple of instances that I've needed it. And resolution, sometimes when you're hooked up to a monitor, can be an issue. And it's not an issue on Windows. And so I've come to find out that using a Windows device as a handheld that I can also use docked has actually been almost a game changer. Yes, I've had to put antivirus on it, which was annoying. Yes, I had to buy a key. But there are just some situations where even as a gaming device, it tends to sometimes just work. That said, trying to adjust power and all that on a Windows handheld is difficult.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm trained to do all this stuff. I support people with all this stuff, and I could see the end user frustration just dealing with Windows on a day-to-day basis, and just imagining people picking it up as a handheld and they want to get gaming done, and they're going to have to tackle all the things that comes with Windows. It's just a nightmare. And so Windows really isn't designed to be a handheld. For me, I am comfortable enough with Windows to make use of it, but for most, it's just not ideal, and I definitely agree with that. Things like SteamOS are definitely the way forward for terms of x86 handheld
completely.
Gaming.
Yeah, I think SteamOS is it's a really nice OS just to boot right into, and you don't have to mess with it. You really don't have to mess with settings. Pick your TDP stuff and go to town. Having Windows on a handheld is just I still don't get that. I never got that, and I remember just being when the Win600 was announced with Windows on it, it's like, and I'm glad we could run SteamOS, but that had its own issues. And I wish somehow they could have worked with Valve to get that working as it should have.
Well, it's funny because even like with 600, one of the best ways to get performance out of it was using Batocera. You were able to do a lot more with it by using Batocera instead of sticking to Windows or SteamOS. So, that's a good example of something that was designed as a gaming interface for a handheld, and it works really well.
Yeah.
The challenge we need right now is native TDP on the SteamOS, which I think Chimera is finally starting to get out there, but it's challenging. And so, like, if you're going to buy a handheld that runs Windows and then has native TDP support from the company that's producing it, like the Ally, then that's more of an incentive to stick with Windows because you can adjust the controls without having to rely on plugins or third-party solutions, or in some cases having to find like Linux code to type in, which the typical end user might not be willing to do that. And so if they're going to buy a Windows handheld, they may be more willing to accept those sacrifices that Windows brings, or maybe accept some of the privacy issues. Now, that said, I think creating a local account can probably alleviate some of that, which I don't sign in with my MSN account on any handheld. I always do local account.
Yep.
And then,
I think
it's a hot subject.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
this is definitely gonna be a hot subject. This is a hot subject even before all the handhelds showed up. I mean, this is
a hot subject.
It's always been a hot subject. Linux versus Windows, Mac. The whole thing has been a debate for a long time.
Yeah. Actually, somebody made a great. I think they replied to me on Twitter about my little old thread, saying that like one of the best improvements to Windows was actually them adding the Linux subsystem to let you run Linux applications. So, and it's true. But the thing is, regardless of everything I just said, right? I'm a Windows hater. Audience, just to make that clear, I am a Windows hater. I accept that.
Wait,
Please
really?
accept my shortkomings.
I gotta make you
Appreciate
a
your
banner.
transparency.
Yeah, transparency. But here's the thing:
Sorry,
Windows being on the ROG Ally.
Sorry.
A banana?
Do you
Not a
have?
banner?
Is this gonna be like your toast where it's just unlimited banana?
Sorry, I'm really sorry. Cause I just realized how rude it was to just start eating a banana on camera.
That's not rude. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it threw me off.
Let me take
completely.
care of this.
Sorry, man. My blood sugar was getting low there because I didn't eat for today, and so I'm like, I gotta go get some food. Eat this banana. All right, continue. Sorry.
All right. So, regardless of everything I just said, right? Windows on the ROG Ally is a selling point. It's a marketing thing because we all know about Linux and SteamOS and etc. Handhelds, gaming.
Yeah.
Somebody walks into Best Buy, they've only ever had a laptop. They're going to be, oh well, this is easier for me. Or this, oh, I'm playing this game on my laptop, but this thing is the same and it can play it on handheld. So it's a great move for it to launch with Windows, like in terms of marketing and stuff. I just think that Windows isn't ideal for gaming. I think that they will probably, if the ROG Ally is successful, which it will be, I'm assuming that ASUS will then start doing yearly releases because they do that with most of their products. I think Windows will pay attention.
Had Ally 2023 on it or something, so maybe a hint that this might be like a yearly thing.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it will be. ASUS do it on all of their products incrementally every year. So, I think Microsoft will start paying attention with the Ally, especially if it's successful, which obviously it's going to be. And like I said, I'm a Windows hater. It's all in good fun, but do consider.
It's funny because I'm completely the opposite. I love Windows, but the thing is, again, like I said, I support a lot of end users, and I see what they deal with on a day-to-day basis, and it's a nightmare. I mean, Windows is tough to deal with, and unless you're willing to get really into it and tinker a lot, I could see why so many people don't enjoy Windows, and it's completely understandable, Yeah.
Not acceptable. Everybody needs to have the same opinion.
I think that Windows just. I think that in the end, what happened, in my opinion, is that they had no vision for it, And so they just had no idea what to do. You know, you saw that especially with Windows 8. They had no idea where they were going.
Windows 8 was a disaster.
Yeah.
Windows 8 was
And then-
definitely a disaster. Yeah.
Ever since then, they've been trying to both claw back to where they were, but also go to where Windows 8 was going anyway. And then I also think that they completely changed their business model to data collection. You know, the data market. They completely they moved everything to the side. And again, I understand that from a business point of view.
Yeah.
You know, I know that we live in an age where we cannot protect our privacy anymore. I don't know if you guys have seen this video of somebody with an IR camera. Just there's a guy sitting on the couch with his iPhone, and you can see it taking an infrared photo every 5 seconds. Like, it just does. You know, we cannot really protect our data anymore. But I do think, you know, it's prudent to be aware of what's happening with the devices that you use, and if there are solutions for that, I think it's a good idea to learn about them and see if it's worth a concession for you to take.
Yeah, no, I think absolutely, but I don't know. I kind of like the Microsoft jank in a way, and maybe it's like, what do they call that? Like the Florence Nightingale syndrome or Stockholm syndrome, where it's like you've been a prisoner to for so long. Like
Stockholm syndrome, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that relationship, and maybe it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's like a psychological thing these companies have because you've been using them for so many years, and you don't realize that they've gone rotten years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft, as someone who's worked on the inside, at least to some capacity, Microsoft's issue is they have a lot of really good ideas, like really, really good ideas that come out. And by the time it gets to the end user, it's so compartmentalized from the rest of this giant behemoth of a company. You either get products that are produced by committee, which means that a lot of, like, you know, priorities and agendas are thrown in there to the point where it becomes this unusable thing, or it's a really good idea for a sector of a market that doesn't really exist. Like, for example, you said that Windows 8 is something that a lot of people don't like. Windows 8 by itself in a vacuum is actually not that bad of an operating system, especially 8.1, where they cleaned it up for touchscreen devices that stay touchscreen devices, and you want to have the x86 architecture. So Windows RT, it was kind of a half measure, right? Like, it was this Windows 8
I remember that
interface for a device that didn't run your
You could see it in Windows 11. I mean,
applications.
Windows 11 has like 3 different layers to it. You have the classic Windows in there somewhere, and then you got the kind of the Windows 8 and 10 stuff added in. Now you got all the new pretty stuff. So it's all there. It's all just hodgepodge together, and it's like, that's so typical Microsoft. It's like,
right. Yeah. And that's the thing though, like the Surface, right, which was the device that Windows 8 was really made for. There was a bunch of all-in-ones, and like obviously we all had desktops that were 8 accessible before 10 came out. But like the Windows the Surface devices, the Microsoft Surface devices, like especially the Pro devices that actually ran an x86 architecture, it made sense. It was a small device that had a touch screen. As soon as you add that keyboard, it changes things up completely, right? Unless you're just using it for typing. But like, I mean, this is so far outside the realm of gaming handhelds that it's kind of embarrassing to go down this road. But I mean, as an example, like, it existed for a reason, right? Like, I don't want us to go too far off on a tangent, but I've been around the block on this, and it's something that I respect for existing, but as a company, they've really not been able to put together something that's perfect for the consumer, I guess is a good way to put it.
All of us that went out and bought Surface Duos, we'd have
there's
and
that's the perfect example.
There's the perfect example.
Microsoft.
There you go.
Yeah.
I used to have
Great
a Windows
idea.
phone. I used to have a Windows phone too. I mean, that thing was awesome. The Lumia.
The Lumia. Ah, so good.
When he was
Windows Phone was
Windows.
great.
I
just
miss
nobody
it.
used
I
it.
miss Windows Phone.
The App
I miss
Store
it
was
too.
so
I
bad.
miss it
There was
too.
so much junk in that App Store.
Do you remember the home screen where you could you have your panels, and then you could have one picture for the background? So you could have like a collage of an image with your app icon. Oh, so
that was-
cool.
So
was
live tiles,
Windows-
everything was amazing.
Yeah.
Was that Windows Phone 8 or
I think so,
10
yeah.
or
So,
something
yeah.
like that? It's like, I'm
I
saying
remember-
it was 7 point whatever, where it was just a blue color of tiles and there was no background image, and I was happy. It was basically a Zune that made phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the games on it were pretty decent. I played The Sims on it. I remember back in the day, and there were some other decent ones. I remember you were worried about getting like VLC player, like which version of that do I download because half of them were malware. There was that issue, but overall, the camera, like that thing was a solid phone. I liked it. It was big and yellow and ridiculous looking.
Yep.
It's perfect. Well, all right. So what else we got here? We were also going to talk about the AYANEO 2, but we kind of already went over that a bit, so I don't think we need to get too deep. Mikhailov, that's cool that you have the Geek. I would love to talk about that more. And do you have any videos up on your channel now about that?
I'm working on it. I'm gonna have a massive Geek video because there's a lot to talk about with it. As a matter of fact, I'm like right before the podcast, I was working on a Jellos SD card for it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's fancy.
Jellos. I got Chimera OS working on an SD card, and Windows is on the hard drive. Sorry, Shem. There's no Edge though. I took Edge off.
I think that there's an ideal use case for each of these operating systems. All of them have a place in 2023, including Windows, in my opinion.
The Windows is a me problem. So anyway.
I like it though. How often do we get into real debates in this podcast? Right? It's usually shit talking and just.
And look how civilized we were too.
Yeah,
right? Nice thing going on here.
Yeah, it was nice.
So
more of this, Shem. You got to come back on and just like bring those zingers and bring some more topics because that was fun. I
enjoyed that conversation too, actually.
Yeah.
There is yet to be an all-in-one handheld and a yet to be all-in-one handheld OS. Like all of them kind of do their own thing, and the nature of this ecosystem is if you want to be able to play kind of everything, you have to own multiple devices that have multiple operating systems. There's nothing that's the thing yet.
I think I end every one of my reviews saying that exact thing, where it's just we're never gonna have the perfect handheld. It doesn't exist, and it probably never will exist.
And that's okay. So. What are we going to have to talk about if the perfect handheld comes? And that was my worry. And that's, I think, why I got jaded after the Odin is because I'm like, this is it. This is the one, right?
No.
This is the one. And I'm done here.
No, and there's always going to be more to emulate.
There's always more
always more stuff.
And so we swung from this high mountaintop of, high-end Android. For me, I went straight to the 35XX as my next passion device. And on the opposite spectrum, like go for the best. What's the most fun budget device now? And go all in on that. And that was
the budget. The budget market is so much more fun and so much more interesting than the mega hyper big PC. I love the
Odin kind of ruined.
Why I like the Win 600. It was an underdog chip. And I was able to squeeze so much out of that thing, and that's the thing. I love working with underpowered hardware. I love seeing what you can do with it. It's fun.
Yeah, I love that. I love the debate between the MIUI Mini Plus and the RG35XX. It's so much fun. Like, they're so close and yet they're quite different. It's great.
Think about how good the market is at that $50-$60 price point now. I mean, it's kind of amazing. Like, that's what we have now. It's awesome.
Yeah. DataFrog. DataFrog. Give us custom firmware. Well, you know what? Seraph said, and we'll get to this subject next. If you send him a device, he will attempt to load garlic on it. So, DataFrog. It's not possible. I don't think that one's probably going to ever happen.
I think it's closed source. I think the whole thing is locked down.
I think we're done. I think we're screwed.
Yeah, the 35XX was closed source.
Was it? Okay. So
I mean, that's true.
Yep.
He's done crazier things.
That.
He did crack it. Yeah, he did.
He does work miracles. That's for sure. Yeah,
it's true.
I don't know. I'll offer my DataFrog as tribute when I get it, if he wants it.
I think. Yeah.
I think he's got so many handhelds that we're sending him now.
Here's the thing.
Stop sending me stuff.
And here's the next thing: is that all right? Let's just dive into this real quick. GarlicOS is arriving on everything. Black Seraph he's a crazy wizard man who never sleeps, and he just develops this firmware all day, every day. He released it for the RG35XX. We've loved it, and now he wants to bring this to these other handhelds. First, the T618, people know that. Then the T310, which is pretty dang similar, apparently. That's going to be the RP2 Plus, is the device that uses that chipset. So obviously the 405M on the T618, X18S, all this good stuff. And then he's actually, and this is not a joke anymore, he for real, everyone on Reddit, V90. The V90 is happening for GarlicOS, or rather, we have crowdfunded from our patrons. Thank you, patrons. And we sent him one in Austria there, and he's going to attempt it. He said nothing speaks against it, as in the MIPS chip in that is compatible. It's apparently an ARM SoC, and so he says it should work, and he's going to actually work on it in his actual queue. This is a real thing, not fake news. Just wanted to call that out there. Beyond that, it's coming to the Retroid Pocket Flip as well. So Flip fans, T618, we're going to see it there. We're going to see it on the 3 Plus. We're going to see it on the 35X or 3566 devices, the Rock chip devices. When that's TBA still. We're not quite sure yet. But
all garlic, no lineage. This is all garlic.
This is all garlic and not lineage. I thought they were going to do lineage for the 2 Plus and the 3. And he's working with Turtle, by the way. So Turtle is another lineage dev in our community here. He worked on the 2 Plus, or the original 2 Lineage OS. He just released the 2 Plus Lineage OS to not much fanfare because people like the stock experience pretty well. But the garlic news, people are like, oh, I'm going to buy a 2 Plus again. Oh, I'm going to go get a V90 again. Oh, I'm going to, get that device just to have this OS because it's a dead simple Linux appearing operating system, but I think it's Android underneath it all. Is it Shem? Is that right, Rob?
No,
is it
idea.
Android under? Well,
well, Android was based on Linux. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe in that sense, but it's just, and it's inspired and not forked, but it's inspired from Onion OS, and Onion OS is awesome on the Mini Plus, right? So I think it's just, for me, give me what's simplest and what I don't have to mess with. I just want to play. I just want to play the games.
I mean,
he's all in on garlic right now for sure.
He's all in.
Yeah, that's why I loved it. That's why I think the Miu Mini was so good with Onion OS, because it just allowed you, it's the device I've tinkered with the least to play the most games for the most amount of time. It just worked so well. And I really like garlic, but I kind of like the Miu firmware for the custom Miu firmware for the V90 though. It's so nice.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I actually haven't used that one. Is it the Triforce?
Yeah, I think so.
One?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. But I can still see though that a really simple OS would be really good for the V90. But what I really hope is that it makes PowKiddy make another V90 with an IPS screen, like a proper nice screen. If more people go and buy it and they see an appeal, I would love that.
They've had to so many of those by now, I would imagine. I mean,
it's like
knowing
$27.
PowKiddy, but PowKiddy will just, they'll give us everything else but that.
Yeah.
And garlic is coming to the 353 PS. Seraph just mentioned that in a tweet recently here. I got to pull up my interview with him though to talk a bit more about that. But guys, what do you think about when you're using garlic, the fact that it somehow tricks you into playing more games? Because that's what I noticed for me, is that it tricks me somehow into actually playing games for hours at a time. And I don't know how it does that, because no other operating system does that. I just want to go start tinkering with settings and stuff, but I don't do that on garlic devices.
What do you mean?
Well, I think it's the same with with Onion originally. It just stays out of your way. It puts your games at the very, very, very front, not menus, not anything else. Just I mean, the fact you boot up garlic and Onion and you're instantly on recents, I'll just click recents and I'll click the game. I won't go anywhere else.
Yep. All right, so Black Seraph was saying here to me the other day, he says Turtle is currently reverse engineering the RP2 Plus gamepad initialization. I'll ego box myself this time now. And he's saying he's going deep into technical stuff here that probably you Lineage devs and other Android geeks might recognize, but some of it's Egyptian to me, man. Once these are done, I will join hands with Turtle to accelerate the RP2 Plus gamepad initialization routine to bring that device into the fold fully, and then it's back to Garlic UI work for me for a good while. Once that's done, I'll start the rewrite of the RG405M and RP2 Plus as the starting lineup before putting the ATM 7039 SoC into the new commonized OS to bring the 35XX over into the new code base. Whew. Apparently from there, it's most likely on to bringing the other T618 devices into the fold. It seems this will bring up work for the T618 hardware, so that works on all of them. Funny enough, the 310 is the same code base as the T618, and so that's why it's going to be easy to get it on the 2 Plus. Whew, that was a whole bunch of words I said. The first few releases will be without Wi-Fi support, unfortunately, or Bluetooth. We're still fleshing the hardware components out. Unisoc stuff, unfortunately, isn't well documented or standard at all. So it's mostly reverse engineering effort, which is par for the course for Seraph. Reverse engineering effort is his love language, and I'm really excited. And I replied to him and I said, oh my God, this is incredible. This is awesome. We're going to mail you a V90 now. And we talked about that for a while. And specifically about that, he again said nothing counts against that from working, and it's going to be added into his queue. So that's what I have about Garlic. Excited for this one. Love all of our devs in the community and in the scene. You guys are doing awesome work. I give a lot of praise to Seraph only because he squeezes extra performance where you wouldn't think it's possible. The 35XX, where it started to where it is now is ridiculous, and seeing that same thing happen to the V90, that's why I'm excited. Because the V90, I wanted to love it, but I didn't because the GBA dips, the SNES dips, the PS1 dips in performance, and we might actually get some real extra oomph out of it. I'm hoping anyways. All right, off my soapbox here.
Get off.
What?
Also, I want to say one thing. I noticed Mountain Dog's comment about the 45M. So I've been doing a lot of testing in between the 45M, the RP3 Plus, and all these devices that have the T618. And 45M is actually pretty close to the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus and Flip in terms of performance. So just want to put that out there because I am working on my X28 review, and that one is not the same in terms of performance. So I'll just leave it at that.
Please accept its shortcomings.
Yeah. I go into the PowKiddy review and it's like, okay, this is actually pretty good. And then things start to unravel. I start to find more and more things about it that are like, oh no.
Wait, Rob, are we accepting your shortcomings or PowKiddy's shortcomings?
I'm gonna say PowKiddy's.
Yeah, I was too lazy to type out a thing again. Yeah, I deleted that one. So
are we really accepting them though?
No. Are we? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Oh boy,
It's okay.
Come on. All right, guys.
I keep rooting for them. I really do.
I too. I really want them. Just like AYN, they made such a beautiful first effort. Let's see for the Gen 2. All right, let's move off the news. The news is blech. We're done with that for today. We're just moving on. What device are you using the most right now? And we've kind of already answered this, but just going around the circle real quick. For me, that's going to be probably the RP Flip. I'm using this the most. I play a lot of Android games on it, actually, not emulation. Shem?
Well, yeah, other than the Engage QD, I'd
not
say
emulating it, playing on it, actual.
Yeah. Right now, it's a toss-up between the Odin, which I kind of rediscovered it like a month ago, and I've just been playing it a ton.
I just rediscovered it during live stream, yeah.
Yeah, and the GMK Tech Nutbox 5, which I'm actually using for the stream. It's a tiny little mini PC, but that thing's performance is so awesome. Like, you can get pretty much every GameCube game going on there with no issues. You can upscale God of War on PSP to 1080p, and it's solid. It's an incredible, Apple-sized device, like an actual Apple, not a Apple product Apple. But yeah, that's awesome. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's the one I checked out. You had tweeted about it the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and that looked yeah, it looks like a pretty solid mini PC. That holds up to like the B-Link SER5, comparable to that one, right?
Yeah, it's like a N5105 or something like that, 5015.
Like it's the sub $200 price point.
Yeah, it's $150 with a coupon. It's such a good price, and this thing is tiny. I literally lost it before the stream, and I was looking for it. It's amazing. Like that's the best thing ever for a desktop PC.
Small, you lost it. It just ran off somewhere.
And it's running great for the stream as well. I'm very impressed.
Oh, you're running.
And it's not running Windows either.
What OS are you running on it? Which Linux? Distro?
I'm running Zorin, which is not something I would use, but it's for an upcoming
like
video.
Zorin.
Zorin.
Zorin. Okay.
Yeah, Zorin.
Cool.
But it's very user friendly. But I'm doing it for an upcoming video. But I have that, and then I've got a Batacera SD card somewhere. I probably dropped it. So yeah, the idea is you have the ultimate like guest kiosk PC for productivity and retro gaming, and I have a whole video about it. And it's easy to not be excited when you're like reviewing like stuff, and sometimes you just want to do a video for yourself, and this is kind of one of those. And I just had so much fun doing it. And then my tutorial for Sonic R on the Steam Deck's coming too.
Ooh, all right. We'll check that one out. How about you, Rob?
Some Sonic R.
I am playing a lot of X28 and Flip right now, since I'm covering those devices. That'll be my next devices on the channel, and then of course the Surface Duo. I've been playing a lot of that. A lot of interest and excitement around that right now. So it's really. Yeah.
What do you want? Like 35,000 views on that video, Rob? It's unreal.
Crazy.
So
you're doing awesome, man.
You will. I'm checking my subscriber count, like watching Rob's like go up, and like
I can't believe
any day now. Any day now.
I'm like, wow. I'm honestly humbled by it. I mean, just that people are actually responding to it like that, and just are into it like I am. I mean, it's just kind of cool, random stuff that I enjoy, and I can share that, and it's fun.
And you deserve it too, Rob. I mean, your content is humbling.
Thank you.
It's super high quality, and we need to get you some more viewers. So this is.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
This is
I hate being put on the spot when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm not good at.
I know you do. I know you do. You're so humble. You're so humble, but I just we like to put you on a pedestal a little bit and share your stuff. So this is.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Honestly, one of the reasons I reached out to Rob initially was because I found that, Rob, you were finding the niche stuff. Like everybody else is covering the retroids, and he's like, here's this thing with 2 screens, and you know how much of a headache I give myself trying to emulate DS and 3DS on anything and position that second screen, and I never have it right. And you just use a device with 2 screens. What are you doing? And you're the first one to actually think of that.
I mean, it's not a new idea. Definitely people have talked about it before, but I think it never really got traction for whatever reason. I don't know why. I'm like, this is actually a pretty solid way to emulate DS and 3DS, And again, like I said, if you're open to the idea of emulation, it's really good. It does a really decent job of it. So,
Maybe the turning point was when the 2 came out, and then the 1 suddenly got really cheap.
Yes,
because
100%.
as a phone,
for sure.
It's not really great. Like the camera is like a selfie camera, but you have to use it as the back camera. So like if somebody bought that to use as their daily driver, I can't imagine it being successful. But emulation device, I think it's solid.
I mean, it's not surprising that it tanked the way it did. I mean, there was a lot wrong with it for sure, and I would personally never use it as a phone either. But for this use case, it's pretty cool, and the fact that now it's kind of come down in price makes it a little bit more reasonable and more attainable for people to do that now. So it's cool. It's fun. Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to start playing Brain Age again.
There you go.
Actually, that is one of the coolest ways to do it, because you don't even need the controller attachment. You're just holding it like a book, and there you go. You're playing Brain Age. It's a very slim device. It's really cool just to mess around with. It's it's yeah. Looking at the comments, yeah, I can't believe that either. The 128 models are
Sold out.
pretty much gone now.
I
from
bought the
Amazon.
last
Crazy.
one
Done.
on Amazon. I
So
legit bought the last one.
So it's your fault then.
It's all my fault. I bought the last one. Like
Yeah,
I got
eBay-
that red
eBay's definitely a
text.
good
There's,
place to go.
there's only one in stock.
Yeah, the classic Amazon move where they freak
Well,
you out.
They really have like 20, but yeah, there's only one left.
You
Yeah.
could step up to the 256 model, but it's like what, $319 right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Oh
so-
crap, that's the one I bought.
Yeah.
I paid $3.19.
Oh no!
Well, hey, the extra
Oh.
storage never hurts. It never hurts to have
Oh,
it. You know?
that's.
Yeah.
I just thought Rob's video inflated the price.
Yeah.
I think used prices still are holding about the same on eBay. I don't think it's gone up too much, but you know they're around like the 200 mark or so used, which I think is a very fair price for that device. I think it could do a lot. You know.
I thought I hit gold because I found one for $200 on eBay, and I'm like, okay, let's buy this thing. And then I look
Yeah.
at the description. Rookie mistake. I looked at the description after I bought it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, there's icon burn-in on one of the LCD panels." I'm like, cancel. Never mind.
Well, at least you didn't do what Stubbs did and somehow ended up with a Surface Duo
What?
1 and a
Is it
2.
banana? Oh,
How did you end up with both? This is news to me.
Because of Stubbs.
I don't know.
Oh, this is
He's
true.
a Surface fan, just like me.
Well,
Like,
I want
he's interested in their
Yeah.
product line. This one
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's true.
Oh,
It's
look
true.
at that.
The black does.
That's
look
the
nice.
two?
Yeah,
This
it
is the
looks
two,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell by the camera
Yeah,
bump,
it
so you
looks-
can't flip it around
This
100%.
This dang camera bump. Yeah, I'm actually selling this one right now. No one's picked it up. It's in our secret marketplace. Which, if you didn't know, we have a secret marketplace. We don't advertise it really, but if you join the Patreon, $1 above, we have a super secret patron marketplace where we kind of do just trades amongst friends. It's pretty casual.
Sure.
But
I'll trade you
Mostly
an
just
iPhone
random
Air
chats.
for it.
usually like random shit talking, but we
Yeah, no,
pin
but
some
there's
sales.
stuff on the cheap. There's stuff
Yeah,
that you
there's
can't
stuff.
find in the normal market.
I
There's
have-
some unique devices, and
For sure.
I have a patron only yard sale going right now. I have like what 10 things in there or more. So
Yeah, and Stubbs got the best prices on things too.
I try to, but it's never been a better time to get something you might not need. And if you don't need it, you could sell it in our patron marketplace. Good deals, good friends, good times.
Will you autograph it?
I'll do whatever you want. Yeah, I'll wear it for a week.
Oh, oh.
No, I know.
I don't think you
keep
want to go
forgetting-
down that road,
I
Stubbs.
keep forgetting that I closed my OnlyFans, and this is like what I do. I forgot. I get mixed up, man.
Special deal. If you buy a device from Stubbs, he'll have his kid pee on it for you.
Now, I feel like I feel like I gave myself a bad rap here.
this is literally never actually happened. It was just a joke. Please accept our shortcomings.
we need the banner up. Where's the banner?
It's not any urine. It's Stubbs urine.
You get Stubbs
It's like a
DNA.
fountain of. It's like a fountain of youth.
Oh man, we're definitely getting canceled now.
Sorry. I knew.
Sorry, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. I don't know what to do anymore. We're getting loosey goosey tonight. It's fun though. I was joking.
Had.
I make jokes. Yes, I never had one. That was a joke.
No, it's not an
Yada, yada,
OnlyFans.
yada.
It's not an
I-
OnlyFans Pride
I'm
Tunes.
ruining
It's an only
this.
clamshells. He just posts his clamshells. V90s, Retroid flips,
Oh, that's such a good
all
idea
of
as
this.
well.
XD pluses. That's it. Only
Somebody
clams.
grab that Twitter handle.
Dual IPS 3DSs.
Lead me through my next breakdown, Shem, please. I don't know how to recover from this. Okay,
We were talking handheld or devices we're playing, and it was
Team Clams,
Retro
right?
Extreme.
Oh, right. Yes.
Oh, was it my turn? Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of us haven't gone yet.
Sorry, I was. The comments were
I know.
You're good.
extra lemonade. I kind of like that. All right, I'm just turning it on, but obviously I have to. Oh, there's glare. There's glare.
That is
there,
a
there it
reflective
is.
boy.
There it is. It's
Nice. It's beautiful.
It's not bad. Like
I mean,
for being only a couple of grams lighter than the Steam Deck, it's not bad.
Well, that's the ROG Ally pricing too, right? For the Geek, it's like $700.
Possibly, but I paid Amazon pricing, so I want to
Oh,
say
no.
I want to say I paid like $1,100 for it.
No.
$7,000.
Yeah, but you can return it though.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
no doubt that
You
AYA
want to
makes
try before you buy.
gorgeous handhelds. They make beautiful devices. They really do. They have it down. You know. Now, if
Yeah.
we could see them get the pricing down a little bit, you know, maybe with the ROG Ally coming in, and that would be nice to see. But
honestly, like PSA, and I know I said it earlier in the podcast, like if you can like wait till they release their 7800Us and get the 6800, you're set. Wait for that to go down in price, and then just get that one.
Yeah.
That's
love
such a
that
nice
thing,
looking
though.
handheld. It looks
Yeah.
absolutely great.
Is it
Just
a
like
fingerprint
aesthetically.
magnet?
The funny
What's
thing is, I think when the ROG Ally was announced, when they announced the release date and the pricing and all that, suddenly the marketplace got flooded with all these devices, 6800U devices, Steam Decks, like everything. Everybody was just offloading everything to start making money for this thing.
It's true. I know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I hope the ROG Ally is as versatile as this thing. Like, in all honesty, just the fact that I've got 3 separate operating systems that I could just plug in at any time. Hard drive, very easy to get to if you want to upgrade it. And, you know, I hated Windows on the Air. Like, on this, it's perfectly fine. It's literally like the Air just needed that little bump in power, which they finally did. But this thing runs pretty phenomenal. Battery life, I'm still working on testing that, but it closely rivals the Steam Deck. Like, I did get, and these handhelds, like these heavy ones, I usually only do 2-hour stints at a time, and the Air wouldn't make it that far. And this one has power to spare. So they definitely learned from what they created and what happened last year with their devices, and this is kind of a culmination of that. So I hope it gets better. And then there's this little thing. Rob will appreciate this one.
Oh yeah.
oh.
Hey, there you
Oh, the Evercade, right?
Oh
It's
yeah.
the Evercade.
Yeah,
This is the OG one, but I actually put a
okay.
PSP 1000 IPS screen in it.
Yep.
Very good.
I really want to do that. It's something I really want to do.
I scratched it like right here.
Does it play
'cause
ROM?
you got to take that whole plate off.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The front plate.
So on the back, that's an Ever SD, and Rob, I think we're both in that Discord community.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah,
I'm so bummed they won't come to the EXP, but
they
it's
locked
cool.
it down, and they
No.
can't. They haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, I've got. Oh, sorry, I bumped my mic. I've got some NES, some Game Boy Advance, some Genesis.
That is really, really cool.
And one of the cool things about that device, though, is the D-pad. The D-pad's very Genesis style. That's the thing.
D-pad is pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to find an indie hit here. I've got a. Here we go. Look, it plays some indie ports.
Whoa.
I love that you've got an Evercade that can play ROM.
Yeah.
That cracks me
that's
up.
what it's all about. I love it. I love that. It's
Is it-
just for the sake of doing it. It's just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this thing only takes cartridges, so what should we do? Make it play ROM.
They can play ROM.
I love it.
Perfect. I mean, it's what people did with the Nintendo Game Watch too, right?
I wish they would. I wish somebody would mod the PSP Go to take UMDs.
That'd be amazing.
I had one back in the day. That was one of the first devices I ever put emulation on. I wish I kept it.
What, a PSP Go?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we all
loved
do.
that thing.
Beautiful,
beautiful.
device. Gorgeous
Yeah.
device. Yeah.
Impossible
That's
to find
2023
now.
technology.
It's been seeing a big resurgence in the last 6 months or so.
Yeah, so is the Vita.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Another marvel of engineering. I mean, really, man, Sony really knew how to make handhelds. I
Yeah.
miss them so much. I miss them in the space so much, really.
Just even the fact that like GPD just decided to not copy the form factor, but let's say it was inspired by the Vita, and
Yeah.
that thing looks amazing.
Yeah.
All right, and agreed. And we have one more device to talk about. Damien's device.
We have one more device, actually two more
Well,
devices.
whatever devices you want to talk about, or is yours,
So
friend.
the first, I'm gonna go over real quickly, but when I'm at home, it's this bad boy, like the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
You just
Oh,
can't
yeah.
beat it with most
It's
stuff,
just so
right? Like,
good.
it's just
Multifunctional.
considering I've got 2 terabytes worth of storage in this thing, right?
I mean,
So,
you can't beat that.
yeah, my wife and I have been plugging it into the official dock into the TV in our bedroom and playing horror games at night, which has been fun.
That's
So,
really cool.
things like Scorn, which has been kind of fun, stuff like that. So
I've played that one. Is that like a Resident Evil type or?
it's just look it up. I don't know how to explain it. It's just
Scorn.
it's not for kids.
Okay,
And
non-child
it's
game.
definitely a very scary body dysmorphia creepy horror game.
Oh
So-
no!
The kids love horror. You know, like with
This
Five
is
Nights
weird.
at Freddy's. They
I was
love
gonna
it.
say Five
Yeah.
Nights at Freddy. That's big, you know.
Not
What's
the
that
same.
blue thing?
Not
The
the
Yeah.
Willy
Well,
Willy.
Iowa game.
They think it's the same though. They think they're tough because they play that.
Okay, cool.
I have to.
I would
I
not
have
put
to-
that game in front of kids.
I have to give a point to Shem here because I'm trying to do a search in this game and it defaults to Bing, which I despise Bing. That is one part of Windows that screw Bing. You got to switch to Google search at a minimum.
The only time I use
Go.
Bing is for those Microsoft points, the reward points. That's
I
it.
got
That's
over
the
that in, like,
only time.
2015.
Yeah, but have you ever tried to farm out Microsoft points before?
It's
Like I
not
spent a
worth it.
Saturday doing that once, and it's like the time to value ratio of doing that song and dance is not worth it.
Which makes
You
sense.
just
You're
got,
not
to get one
really
of your
doing
kids to do it
anything.
for you. That's the trick.
So you're talking about farming out your kids to farm internet points from a
Basically, use
conglomerate.
Bing and get stuff, or don't use Bing.
I'm
and
doing
and
it all
Stubbs
wrong.
to your other question, or to continue the question, the other one is still my modded PSP Go.
Yes.
This
Oh,
fat
there it
one.
is.
The
I
fast
love that
Silver.
thing.
Love this
There it is.
gold battery.
At 40
What a chunky
something
boy.
milliamp. Oh, but it's not though. It's like the size of a Miu Mini, but it plays PSP games and all the
Yeah.
other stuff. Like
I
Oh,
love it.
that's
it just doesn't
pretty.
have L2R2
That
or
look nice.
That snap action. Oh my goodness. Whew.
Scorn is on Steam. Nice.
This looks very HR Giger.
it is very much, very much.
Mm. All right, this
Whoa.
feels inappropriate.
Am I allowed to show it? Is it?
Oh, Rob, you have one too?
Oh yeah. You know, I got this one. I think I got this off AliExpress a couple years back for like.
I think
$50.
this is a bit much for the stream, isn't it?
Little bit.
This is really intense, guys. Yeah, this is. I mean, it looks like fun. It's like first person.
Mm,
It's not a
nightmare.
shooter. It's not a shooter,
Looks
but
like
it's
a-
definitely
just a
like
blood.
like your decisions affect the ramifications of what you do and stuff like that. But like
A lot
It's a
of
cool game.
flesh.
I
it's
remember
very,
hearing a lot
very
about that
Giger.
one when it came
Giger's
out.
a good way to mention that. Yes.
It's Scorn may not be a particularly good game. It's way too simple. Obviously has shortcomings. So it's just up our alley.
It's
like
not
a
you
damn
made
fine
for
work
us.
of art. Damn fine work of art.
It's also
Damien,
much gross and very pleasing.
I mean, it
it's
falls
true.
within the camp of stuff that I really like. So like games of the month or games of the week for our
They're
age
just
that I really
kinda
like.
strange
Like
and delightful.
what De Dios, the little horror game of the
Oh,
week
yeah.
that we played
That was
recently,
cool.
that Game Boy game, that
Yeah.
100% up my alley. The what was it? The Snatcher. That was one of the games of the year that we played for
love
GOTM
Snatcher.
last year.
Snatcher's
Yeah.
Stuff
such
like
a
that.
great
So
game.
100%. I mean, you can get an idea of the kind of stuff that I really enjoy. Like, so it's in that space. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what has a really scary part in it? Is Yoshi's Woolly World. There's like a level in that game where you're in like no, oh my god, it's crazy. it's you're in like these streets and it's all dark and there's a killer clown chasing you, and there are these signposts that have like really weird cryptic messages on them, and this clown just pops up out of nowhere. It's genuinely scary. Yoshi's Woolly World.
Well, yeah, I mean, clowns are scary in general for sure.
Yeah, you gotta find. I can't remember what the level's called. It's toward the end of the game, but
Oh wait,
it's
they have all the
proper
worlds
scary.
here.
I don't know which one it is. It's not that one.
That's such a
No.
great game too. I love
Wait, is
that.
it Woolly
Final
World?
boss?
No, wait.
Woolly
No,
World's-
what's the one on
Crafted?
Switch? Oh yeah, Crafted World. Is that the one on Switch?
Crafted is the one on Switch.
Crafted, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let's find out on Bing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Google. What is it?
Shilling for Bing.
Crafted World, yeah. And it's got this clown level, and it's properly like freaky.
Oh my.
Is it this
Yeah, it's
thing?
got an axe.
Wait, does that thing have an axe?
Yeah, and it chases you around, and it's genuinely
Well,
a
that-
scary level.
That is nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That is more inappropriate than Scorn.
Totally.
Yeah,
100%.
that thing's gonna come after you at night. Like
No
that's
questions
not cool.
And I'm pretty sure it like kills all the little shy guys that you would otherwise dispatch. So you're like, okay, this thing's everybody's enemy.
And people say Nintendo's for kids. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this is
So
We're not
what you
doing
need to do is you need to set that picture as the loading screen on your Linux-based handheld. So ArcOS, that's the
Good
loading
idea.
screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's a signpost that just says run. And then like as you go past it, this thing just like comes out of the other side of the screen and you just have to peg it through the whole stage. It's so good.
It's called a Bunmawashi doll. Bunmawashi doll.
The
They're-
level
they're
is
made out of
called Be
yarn.
Afraid of the Dark.
Oh no.
Oh my- Jeez.
See the creepiest level in Yoshi's Crafted World. Game Informer.
Be afraid of
Copyright
the
strike
dark.
incoming.
Yeah, Nintendo's not going to be happy with this.
No, they're not going to be
Deal.
pleased at all.
I don't think they're gonna check in almost 2 hours into a random live stream
Fair use.
I'd say so.
as we're like talking about Let's Play videos.
Look at that.
Well, we're not talking about emulating it. We
That's
could.
terrifying.
We could emulate it on the Steam Deck. We could emulate it on the ROG
You see him
Ally.
up there? Oh my god.
He's waiting for us. Oh, there he is.
I think Shem has PTSD from this.
Yeah, it's genuinely terrifying because it comes out of completely nowhere. Like the game's all cute and happy and nice, and then suddenly killer clown.
Oh no.
It's great.
It is cute and happy and nice.
We're just waiting. Oh,
look at
no. Oh my.
Oh no. Oh boy. That's not going to do it for me.
Our music is totally appropriate too.
Oh, it really is. I'm
But there's multiples?
horrified right now.
Oh.
Horrified.
Same levels scored 100%.
Hey, Cubing Buzz. Hey, A, sure you must be working on our live chat right now, huh? Thanks, buddy. Damien, did you have any other devices, any passion devices you wanted to share?
Those are the two biggest ones.
Those
The
the- okay.
Xperia Play I still love, but I don't use it anymore. I don't know. I'm considering rehoming it. We'll think about it.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
I am having fun. I am having fun with this bad boy though. This 53 PS in the DMG color. Buttons
I like
are a
how,
little
how
small,
everybody got the
but I
DMG
love
color
this thing.
except Stubbs.
Who wanted
what-
the DMG
what
color?
did?
Yeah.
I want the DMG. I'm actually, yeah. I'm going to try to get myself a DMG color. Hey, Damien, you going to use that forever? Or are you going to...
We can talk. We can talk. later.
We gonna do some back end deals here.
Just give me a case of hams and you can have it.
I'm gonna buy you a case of hams. How much do
Steamed
how
hams.
much do hams? Steamed hams.
Not
How
the
much do
meat.
ham- How many hams do you want?
This is like old
What is
school
it? They come in
trading.
packs of like 30, right? We call that a
See what
banquet
Bing-
or
let's
something
see
like
what
that. A
Bing
feast.
pulls up.
It's worth at least one goat.
This is
Oh, there we go.
seems like $1 to $1.25 per pound if we're talking.
Uh-huh. be like, how much is the 353 PS Lily?
We should weigh that thing.
We need to weigh, actually. Yeah, I don't
It's
think I
worth
have
mentioning that many grocery stores have a surplus of hams.
Need to clear for Stub to be.
No.
Get this guy out of my channel. What is he? Oh, come on. What is he talking
Hey, what is he doing? I don't. I'm
add
not.
Add an
for
extra M there, Stubbs.
For
Add an
one.
Extra M for the ham.
Steaks is some good meat.
Wait, Hams has 2 M's?
There you go.
Oh.
I thought we were actually talking about hams.
I can't. Oh.
thought you wanted ham.
Yeah, I'd like to trade this. Sir, I would like to trade this electronics device for your finest pork product.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, do you want a goat for your handheld? A pig? Like, what are we trading here?
I thought you
I would like to barter for your finest swine.
I did think that
wanted
a case of hams was excessive. I thought, that's a lot of ham.
Jeez.
I thought you cook, meats and bread and
Bread of the
baked
wild.
bread.
Yeah, whatever.
I figure you
Same
wanted
thing.
some hams. The beer? You want some? Oh, you want some beer? Why does it have to be hams?
Ham in a can, right? Cam in a can, right?
We can get a 30-pack for $17.99 or a 24-pack
There
for
you go.
$15.99.
Easy. Good deal for you.
That's a
That's
good deal.
That's a
Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Doesn't this taste like pea water?
Probably. And we're full circle. So
That's natty lights. That's natural light. That's
I feel like that's Pabst Blue Ribbon here in Portland. It's really like our star water beer.
PBR, Bud,
I
whatever,
love
garbage,
PBR.
Coors. It's all the same
PBR is
thing.
pretty good. Yeah, no, I like it. It's got 69.
I mean, I'm also old and a lightweight now, so PBR is like, I can have one.
Yeah, I can have 1.5, and then I'm just done. I'm just on the
Yeah.
floor. That's the end of me. God, at CES, I had probably too much a few nights there because you're in Vegas, right? It's what you do there. It's not worth it. At my advanced age, 38 years old now,
It's
and
also crazy expensive there, dude.
and it gets spendy, and you're just, and it's more of the sugar hangover if you get some of those crazy Vegas drinks they got.
Like
No.
the Taco Bell one. It's like,
Yeah, what the hell is
it's
that about?
It's a huge thing.
Baja
It's
Blast,
awesome. It's great.
Baja Blast, Long Island, or something.
What? That's a thing?
It comes in this huge sippy cup. Like the
Shem,
Baja
I
Blast
have no idea
freeze,
what
but
he's
it's got
talking about.
alcohol in it. It's great. It's so
Oh, no,
good.
that's
What are you
dangerous.
saying right now, Rob? What are you saying to me?
I
Right
love
now?
Vegas. Vegas is a
No.
great place.
I know,
can't.
but I know. Yeah, it is. It's good. It's fine. We cannot worry about that anymore. Thank you for sharing, Damien. Now we got a hard pivot into our last subject, and that's going to be, what games do you despise the most? What game do you despise the most? And this could bring up some pent-up feelings and emotions for everybody. So I just want to preface this with, you're in a safe place amongst friends, and it's okay to admit that you hate a game maybe that everyone else loves.
Right.
Shem, why do you hate Tears of the Kingdom, though?
No, I don't. Haven't played it.
Oh, you're just not excited about it enough to buy it.
So no, I never got Breath of the Wild. Never understood it. Didn't enjoy it.
Because it's
at all.
3D?
No, I just didn't think much of it. But that wasn't even the game I was actually going to talk about, though,
Oh,
because there's a
okay.
much more important game.
Okay.
You've all played Mario Party, right?
Yeah, I played Mario
There's a
Party.
mini game. I think it's in the first one, and it's in Superstars, which is the new one on Switch. And it's a mini game called Castaways. And treasure comes in on the ocean, and you gotta fling your fishing rod and collect the treasure, and then you spin the analog stick to bring
Sounds
it back
fun.
in. It's not. It's horrible,
Oh,
and it makes me so angry. I'm a calm guy. I don't get angry. I'm always breezy. I get so angry at that game. I feel angry talking about it. It just is one of those things I cannot do it. And everybody else gets like 30 to 50 coins. I get nothing. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about it anymore either.
that's fair. Wait. When did this game come out? Which one is it?
Oh, it's in the new one because that's like a compilation of the old ones.
Oh, okay.
And I think the original was in the first game, but I don't know. I just know it's in the new one, and I know it causes me
Great
a lot of
stress.
distress. Yes.
I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing.
I didn't want to go there today.
I know you weren't ready, but
it does hurt.
well,
It does hurt.
I know you're in a safe place amongst friends, and we have got your back. And I don't like that game either. From now on, out of solidarity, I didn't like it or care about it to begin with. So
Good.
Rob,
Oof, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. I will say that Smash Brothers is a game I don't necessarily hate it. I'm just so bad at it that I can't enjoy it. It's kind of like one of those things where
you want to.
I want to enjoy it, but anytime I play, I get my ass kicked in it. So it's just, and I just can't get good at the mechanics. I don't know what it is. I'm great at Mario Kart. Smash Brothers, forget it. It's just nope, not happening. So
Is it because you have to? Consistently just kick ass the whole way through to have a chance? There's no breaks in the action, or
I don't know what it is. It's never clicked with me. I don't know why. It's weird. It's one of those games that, like, I want to desperately be good at it, and I can't. I'm awful. I need someone to train me.
That's one that my mom always was better than me at, and I agree with you there because it's tough. You got to like kick the guy off the cliff or hit him down enough so he flies away, and then you have to do it like 3 times, right? Until all the little
well, there's the percentage meter, the damage meter, all that stuff, and then there's there's all the weapons and the items, and
lots
it's like,
to manage.
It's so hectic.
Very stressful.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Especially when you have like 4 or 5 guys on the screen. It's just the kids, at these tournaments, at these GameCube, they're doing Melee tournaments still, and it's a big industry, right? $1 million industry or something crazy like that. I don't get it either.
To be fair, most of people play Smash Brothers not the way Nintendo wants you to play Smash Brothers. So you get together with a group of friends and they're like, Final Destination, Fox only, no items.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just like no one can beat me in Mario Kart. But Smash Brothers, I don't tell anybody this, so everybody in this live stream knows that I'm terrible at Smash Brothers. So if you want to play a game against me, it's got to be Smash Brothers.
And then I'll beat
That's
you.
how you'll beat me.
What about Mario Kart?
I'll take you on 200cc, Rob.
Kart. Hell yeah,
200cc.
Let's do it.
Let's organize it. Let's stream it.
I'm the opposite. Terrible at Mario Kart, better at Smash Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm okay at Smash Brothers if I play as Donkey Kong.
So if
just pummeling as Donkey Kong, that's all.
You grab the guy and you jump off the cliff.
Down in B. There's a whole thing with Bowser too that like people just grab. One of his moves is to like grab him and then like spin. So he just like people just grab someone and then they just spin him off the edge and they both die. They do it just to troll.
What about you, man? So what game kind of grinds your gears?
Oh, Souls-likes.
Yeah.
I know it's the unpopular opinion, but everybody tells me you need to play Dark Souls, you need to play Elden Ring, you need to play all these games, and I just look at them and I'm like, listen, I got so mad at the first Uncharted for PS3 that I threw my controller, I ejected the disc, frisbeed the disc across the house, picked it up, put it back in its case, and drove it down to GameStop in the span of an hour and traded it in.
And I mean, that game's like 100%
a Souls game.
Yeah.
See, I love those games. That's crazy. I love those games.
That and the one time I played a Souls game, it was back when I was streaming on Twitch, like eons ago, and someone actually convinced me to eat a piece of cheese every time I died. Pretty sure I'm like right now.
Wait, eat a piece of not like take a shot, but eat a piece of cheese.
Eat a piece of American cheese.
Oh,
just American.
I swear, 20 slices in, I had to end the stream. I felt sick.
Oh. Oh.
What was young me thinking?
Oh.
I'm sorry that happened.
Oh, and then my friend jumps on the stream because he knows I'm doing this, and he's like, "Open that chest right there. Trust me, it's a rare weapon." It was a mimic.
Yeah.
Hate Souls games. I can't stand them.
Those are tough ones, though. I mean, God, what is it? Demon Souls for the PS5. I tried that, and I still, to this day, cannot get past the first boss. So I feel you there. It's
Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all that stuff. Souls games. There's something about them, Stubbs. There's something about them. Like you either can do them or you can't.
I think so.
And I respect them. I think they look cool. I think the idea behind them is amazing. I think they're great designed games. Woo! I can't do it. Like
It's too tough.
I just suck
I think
at
I put like 50 hours into Elden Ring, so
it's
I
Elden Ring's
definitely
a
like
good
those
game.
kind of games. Yeah.
It's not for me. It's not for me. That's another game that's just hard for the sake of being hard. I feel like, and it's not fun. You know.
See, I get into it because I hop on the internet. I get all the tips and like
That's
what
the thing.
everyone's doing.
The reason
and, like,
that you think
know.
it's not fun is the reason people think it's fun. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's either that's your thing or it's not.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I just like there's a game based on Welsh mythology. That's awesome. Do you know that? I'm
Really?
What is it?
Welsh, like Dark Souls. Yeah, it's all
it's
based on Welsh.
okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
all based on Welsh
I know
mythology,
that.
which is awesome. Yep.
The honorable mention goes to Fortnite, by the way.
Oh yeah, actually that's for
How
sure.
crazy is that game?
Yeah.
The Rock versus Goku versus the Predator versus Batman. It's mental. I don't know how. The licensing they must pay for that game. It blows my mind.
Well, I mean,
It's
you
a
have to
money
think about the other.
factory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they
Yeah.
can afford it. Think about how much money they're making. Yeah.
Also,
See,
I
the
have
trick-
zero interest in it as well. That's the other point.
See, the trigger for me is as soon as a student finds out that I'm a gamer. Oh, you play Fortnite? Like, no. Is that the only game that you think is a video game?
I don't know what their deals are. I don't know everyone's deal. And what's this guy's deal? How pumpkin spice lattes? What's he saying? Oh, he's
No, that's
say that
that's,
Shem.
Yeah,
that's a
hating
fair.
on popular stuff.
No, that's a fair
Wow,
observation.
hold on. I don't think pumpkin spice lattes are they popular, because if they are, they should.
well, that used to be the
be.
thing that it's a super popular Starbucks drink, right? So if you don't like pumpkin
Oh.
spice latte, then what? You're a hipster or something?
If you like
I-
drinking
I-
cinnamon
assumption
and
is-
puke, sure.
I thought
I
like-
pumpkin
I like
spice
me a
creamer
good
one
pumpkin
time.
Orange food coloring.
See,
Just-
he'll
Yeah, I
have
like it.
pumpkin
I like it.
spice.
Yeah, no, I don't hate on anything popular. There's just, I like what I like, and I intensely dislike what I dislike.
Hey, you sound like
I
an
like
old
to
guy.
live.
You sound like an old man.
How
I'm
how
starting to
dare
get that way.
Yeah.
See,
I
at least
appreciate
I
that.
could respect Minecraft as a game that kids want to play, because at least there's a level of education that goes with it. But Fortnite, there's no education.
I'd say
there.
the same for Roblox too, because there's content creation going on there where people are
Yeah.
making their own games, and it's cool. My daughter loves it, so I have to support it. And I've played a lot of Roblox too. It's fun.
Thankfully, my foster son is too young to get into that stuff yet. He's only 2, so his big thing right now is he wants to watch the Sonic movies on repeat, 1 and 2. It's just a constant loop in my house right now,
No, they're great.
which is not a bad thing
Really?
because I
No,
love
that's
those movies.
good.
I can watch them a million times.
Certainly
Yeah,
better
those
than
are
what we had to
solid.
grow up with, like Super Mario Brothers, the movie from the early '90s.
Captain Lou Albino as Super
Actually,
Mario.
that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about all those. Yeah. Oh
Mhm.
man, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, dude.
Well, Damien, how about you, man?
Good stuff.
What's grinds your
Games
gears?
that I
You don't like
despise
a
/
game or
hate.
two?
Man, like I don't have a good reason as to why, right? Like they're just boring to me. They're monotonous to me. They're things that I just don't like, and I know a lot of people will probably find this shocking, and I'm sure some will agree with me based on what I've seen, but Castlevania, Metroidvania, Metroid games.
no.
I like to affectionately
Okay.
call them Castleroids.
Can we remove Damien?
Oh,
from the
he's
stream?
I don't like
Finally,
them. They're
Finally,
boring.
he gets his own.
Go to the left. Go to the right. Go up some stairs. Whip a chain at some stuff. I get it. It's an older game system that held on for a really long time.
There's a reason. There's a reason why Castlevania never survived, and it's because nobody bought it. That's the irony. You know, we like to think it's like super popular. It's not. Well, I mean, it is, but like not financially.
Well, I think you know what, Damien. While it's okay to be wrong, and we do have a different opinion about this. I still accept you as a friend. I respect you still as a friend. I'm just not. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure about you now.
You know what? I'll back Damien up. So when I was younger, I could never understand the games. Like it didn't make any sense to me. But now that I'm older, I absolutely adore Metroidvania games, Castlevania, Metroid style, any of that stuff. I love it now. So it's kind of like this weird thing where it just clicked later on in life for me. I'm like, okay, it's weird. Yeah, but when I was younger, I did not like Castlevania. I didn't understand it, but now I love it. I love the games. I will play them all the time.
Sorry, Rob, I'm not with you. I disliked them then. I dislike them now. Like it's just not for me.
It's okay. We're still deleting you from the stream. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, someone
definitely
turn off
one of those
mic.
series that you need save states for.
Oh, for sure. That's why I feel like the newer ones are a little bit more forgiving in that sense. So,
have you guys played Aria of Sorrow for what was that? I think for
yes, Game Boy Advance. Oh
yeah, that is the best. The demon powers are so addictive.
Yeah.
You know, collecting all those demon powers. That was my favorite Castlevania game, and that was the moment where that series clicked for me playing that game.
Oh, then mine was Dawn of Sorrow because I played that
Dawn of
first.
Sorrow on DS. Yes, that's a good one too.
For sure, it wasn't Symphony of the Night for me. Like it was one of the. I think it was one of the GBA games where it just clicked. It was like, oh, okay, now I get why people like this series.
Yeah. So Damien, if you haven't played one of those, then you obviously
like,
haven't.
no.
You're not initiated
Play
properly.
Aria of Sorrow or Dawn of Sorrow. One of those games you'll get it. I think.
Did they release a collection of it recently?
It's overrated.
They have like a lot collection, right? Yeah. Okay.
They did.
Actually,
it was Symphony of the Night for me.
Oh no!
I got the original PlayStation. Well, a friend let me borrow it. I'm like, sure, I'll give it a shot. I'm like, wait, I can upgrade my character?
Oh
yeah,
no.
Yeah, the RPG mechanics. Yeah.
Oh no.
You know, on that note, though, there's a game that I really like that everybody else despises.
One might say that game sucked my blood, since you still have Dead by Side.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, we gotta cancel another person here.
Someone turn on Mikhailov's mic. Oh no, guys, what are we gonna do with each
someone
other
mentioned
here?
Lords of Shadow, and that is an awesome game too. I actually
Lords of Shadow is one of is top 5 games of all time.
Seriously, that's a
great
game.
Really? Wait, which system is this for?
360,
PS3,
PS3.
360.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that one.
An awesome game.
Got like Patrick Stewart in it, and
hey, that might get you into Castlevania, Damien. It's very different from the other.
It's so it's so gothic
try it out. It's good.
Take this Castlevania game that's nothing like Castlevania, and you'll like it.
Yeah, exactly. This
will get you into the series. Hey, you're not a big fan of Star Wars? Go watch Solo.
Go watch Star Trek.
This is fair. This is a fair conversation.
I've got one more thing on Castlevania here. Ironically, there's a game I love that everybody hates. Okay.
Oh.
And it's this game that I unironically have up on my Odin right now, and it's called Castlevania Judgment for the Wii, and it's a fighting game. And what they did is they got the character designer from Death Note, the anime, to redesign all the characters, and they just look like all the Death Note characters. It's the weirdest game. And then they also decided to like rewrite all the story of Castlevania and then make this weird 3D fighting game. But it's legitimately super fun and just a really odd curiosity in history, and very dramatic, very like fighting game storyline where just they have to fight everyone just for kicks. And it plays great on the Odin, like perfect. So yeah,
I love when
So-
series do like one-offs like that, like random
Yeah.
one-offs, like Metroid with pinball. I think like Onimusha had like a fighting game, I believe. Like
Onimusha
I love,
Blade Warriors. Hell yeah, you can unlock Mega Man and stuff.
I love when series do those one-offs, like just to experiment with it. It's fun.
Hey, Stubbs, can you do a show for me real quick?
Yeah, whatever you
Bring
want.
up the web browser and go to. Hold on, let me bring it up. Hold on, let me remember what the URL is.
While you're looking at the URL, Jay DeWitt's responded to my news win comment and said there's a lot of speculation about the RGB10 Max 3 Pro being a 3588, but they haven't said anything about what specific CPU. Just thought it will be powerful. And then he says, all right, I'm watching. And I'll say, thanks, man.
Well, I'm definitely ready to move on from the 3566 and the T618 for sure.
You the best. I'm ready to move on to it.
All right.
What do you, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, we're gonna go to Smash-esque. So smashesque.com. Now, I never finished this project, but this is something I was working on.
What is that?
None of the filters work, and I forgot to put in a search. But basically, it's a list of every Super Smash Bros. Like fighting game that I could find.
Ooh,
There's stuff
that's
like
cool.
Onimusha Blade
That's
Warriors,
actually really
Battle Stadium, Rivals of Ether. Even the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl was a great one. So if you were looking for some Smash-like games,
Yeah.
it's not finished. I would probably never finish it, but there's a bunch of cool games on there.
Shem, what is best Smash game for someone who hasn't played it since at least the year 2000?
You mean non-Smash game?
Or original, whatever. I don't care.
Kung Fu
I haven't
Panda?
played it since maybe Brawl came out. Maybe.
Oh, you got the YouTube video?
Kung Fu Panda Legend of the Showdown of the Legendary Legends is a legitimately good attempt.
Is that your suggestion?
Rivals of Ether. It's on Steam. It plays on anything.
Wow.
Great on like Steam Deck and Rivals of Ether. Fantastic.
So
But yeah,
these are
this is my
all-
website. It was fun. It was a fun project.
Nice
There's one
work,
in
man.
here. There's one in here called Dream Mix TV Fighters, and it was a collab between Hudson, Takara, and Konami. So you've got Optimus Prime versus Solid Snake versus the kid from Beyblade versus it's crazy. You can just like control F it.
Okay, that's
Wow.
Yeah.
that is very cool.
So these are all Smash Bros. Like games here, right?
Yeah.
Across various systems, and you're rating them. Are you rating them, like reviewing them style, or just?
I
simply
did
putting this
a
on the list?
little bit, but I just never finished it. It got a bit much. But
Still, though, this is a cool list for people who
Actually,
want
very cool.
to play a particular genre, being the Smash Bros. Likes, Smash-esque, smashesque.com. Everybody check that out. I'm gonna put this in the description. This is really, really neat. It's a genre I've not gotten into, and I'm also the only person who hasn't shared yet. So I guess I'll segment into that. But I would like to try these. Oh no, I have played Digimon Rumble Arena. That's a fun game. I
definitely remember Digimon from
dig
back
that.
in the day.
Pretty sure that was a game of the month at one
It-
point, wasn't it? Or game of the week or something
It
like
was
that.
either, I think it was a game of the week,
Game of the
and
week,
that's when
what it was.
and that's why I tried it. And I'm like, this is kind of a cool series.
Oh,
But
there's the Dream Mix. I just saw it.
Yeah.
Dream Mix. I didn't
Oh, I've
realize that
played- Jump is a cool one. That's a cool game too.
I'll tell you the weirdest one in this list is Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2, but only the Wii version because it had a really weird Smash-like multiplayer mode on Wii.
Wow,
So-
that is
so
that is
strange.
definitely like really obscure.
This
Yeah.
does look like Smash Brothers, though. Dream Mix. Yeah. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Yep, Force Unleashed 2 on Wii.
I've not played this one either.
Wow,
That's not so. It's not a single player game. It's a
No,
battle.
the game is single player, but it has an exclusive multiplayer mode,
Oh, okay.
which is
Got it.
weird because the game itself is like
What?
full 3D, but the
So wait a
multiplayer
minute.
is a 2D platform fighter.
You have the Smash Brothers formula here with Star Wars
That's
characters.
crazy.
And
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Darth Vader. And
Nobody's played this but me. Trust me, I'm the only person, and I played it on my own.
You
even
always
though it's
stumble
multiplayer
upon
mode.
these really obscure but really cool things. Like you introduced me to Metal Gear Solid for the N-Gage. That was a thing only on the 2.0 platform. But
Yep.
I'm gonna have to load this into my library. I've been sleeping on this one.
I think we found the first game for our
Force
dad off.
Unleashed 2.
Our dad, yes, our dad off. We need our dad off. Dad off frogs. It will be our name. Oh,
Anyway, Stubbs, sorry, I feel like I keep distracting us on this one.
that's okay. I was telling Rob, I was like, man, we got to just let these episodes breathe a bit. So especially if we're gonna have 5 people, and it's like we're gonna run over 2 hours. That's just how it's gonna be, and we don't want to try to force it.
In that case, there's one more really, really recent game. It's called Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Oh yeah, that I've heard about. Yeah,
and it's extremely good. It's made by the same developers as Slap City. It is a top quality competitive fighting game. All the best parts of Smash Bros. It's gotten constant updates. I don't know why, because I think I'm the only person that bought it. But yeah, it's a cool little game. If you like Nickelodeon, if your kids can play it, it's got like Avatar, SpongeBob, Rocko's Modern Life, not Fairly Odd Parents. Jimmy Neutron's dad is a character in it. It's good though. TMNT is great.
Your page is broken here. The video is not available.
No, I updated like a year ago. I didn't care.
Well, either way, I picked this one up in a recent Humble Bundle deal, which we have that link as well under the video. There's a lot of good deals going on right now over there. But All Star Brawl was one I had picked up, and I haven't launched it yet. I was going to try it out on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's great on deck.
You can play as a Ninja Turtle, so I'm listening now.
Yep. And April as well.
And Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah,
and Powdered Toast Man. Perfect. Well, the one I'm beyond Smash Brothers, the one I'm familiar with here is just what was it? Brawlhalla. I thought Brawlhalla, it's a free-to-play game on a number of platforms. I used to play this on my PS4 though, and I think it's really well done. And it has Shovel Knight in it, which was really fun.
So does Rivals of Aether. And Rivals of Aether also has Ori from Ori and the Blind Forest in it.
And that's another like Metroidvania like game. I haven't gone beyond the first few minutes of it, but
I actually just beat it recently.
Really?
Yeah, it's not what I expected.
No,
I mean it
has all these awards, right? It's this big.
Yeah, no,
fancy.
It wasn't one of the best games I've ever played, but it was pretty fun. Difficult at times.
No, Waffle
some
Woman
of the platforming
is
just crazy.
Lots of love for Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't even know what that is, but I have to. There's a whole new world here for me to uncover. My answer is going to be kind of unpopular, I think, probably with everybody, but I can't get into any strategy role-playing game, like any tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics. I was even tweeting about it that I liked the original Final Fantasy Tactics, which I do like it legitimately. I'm just not good at it, and I'm too damn lazy, or I just get distracted, and I don't want to sit through every battle. I'll play a few battles, and that's fun, though. It's like playing chess. But playing an entire game based on the mechanic of having to move little guys around a grid, do one action at a time for each guy, I don't have time for that. My gaming time is so compressed these days that even as a kid, I couldn't really get into that genre. So
for me, I feel like the Advance Wars was probably like one of the easier ones to get into.
That's the one that I played the most. Advance Wars was the one I almost beat, and also Fire Emblem for GBA, the first Fire Emblem for GBA. I almost beat that one as well, but those are the only two that came anywhere close to being enjoyable. Tactics, I love the artwork. I keep wanting to try it because it was our game of the month once, and I just every time I can't. And I always love the art style. Also, what's the one where you're playing as characters from Hell, and it's based on, and there's Prinny, who's the little penguin guy.
Disgaea.
Yeah. Those games.
I can't get into it.
I love the art style, and I own all the games, and I love the aesthetic. I just can't play the games, and I like the jokes and the writing in it too.
Yeah, the problem is like I'll start those games and I can't stay committed to them. That's the problem.
That's the thing, yeah.
And I know they're great games, like I for sure, you know.
like triangle strategy too for the Switch. That's another one of those. Where it's this art style is so cool.
Yeah.
I can't play the game. I'm almost frustrated. I
Fire
almost
Emblem
want
Three
somebody
Houses
to smack
for
me
me.
and be like, "Here's how you play these games. There's a certain way to enjoy them. What is that way? What's the secret?" All of you are in agreement with me because no one's
Yeah, I'm in
fighting me
agreement.
right now.
The only tactics game I really ever got into was R-Type Command or R-Type Tactics on PSP.
Oh, that's such a
those
that's
are
such an obscure one for sure.
yeah, it is.
Oh.
As you can tell, I go for the
yeah.
obscure ones, but that's the only tactics
yeah.
games I've ever really gone through the whole thing. And R-Type's just great because it's so freaking depressing that's kind of appealing.
Live Alive
So,
apparently
yeah.
is a good one that people are saying, or Into the Breach.
Live Alive is just a JRPG. It's not
Yeah,
tactics.
Live Alive doesn't strike me as tactics based. It's
No, it's
more
not.
of a
Front
just a
Mission's
regular
fun.
random battle type game.
James DeWitt
That-
mentions Front Mission 3, which is like the only tactics-based game that I've ever
was
actually
gonna-
enjoyed.
Yeah,
I think for me, Advanced
I've
Wars is
heard that one a
probably
bit.
like, I know it's like more of like a strat light kind of game, but
right.
probably one that I could actually really get into the most.
Well, Advance Wars at least has a recovery system for most of the levels where if you
Yeah.
lose a unit, you can, if you have a base, you could just rebuild that unit. I think that's part of what set that apart from the rest of the genre.
For sure.
Whereas in a game like Fire Emblem, like you lose somebody, if you're playing on that mode, you lose them. They're gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mentioned XCOM. I actually enjoyed the what was it, the Mario one with the Rabbids that was based on XCOM.
Yeah, that
I
was
actually
good
enjoyed
too.
that one quite a bit. That was actually really solid. So
But
I guess
it's more real time, isn't it? Though it's
Yeah,
more of like a
yeah,
real time
I agree. Yeah,
tactics.
for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Joey's Retro Handhelds. That's another channel we'd love to have on the show sometime. Fire Emblem Awakening is awesome, but Tactics Advance is still my favorite SRPG. Tactics Advance is interesting. That's a little bit different, right? It's not a direct port. And there's also the A2, Tactics A2. I wonder if those are worth getting into.
I can't get past like the opening to the Game Boy Advance Tactics is like a 45-minute snowball fight with a bunch of kids.
That's
I
true.
can't get past it. I just like physically, I just cannot do it.
The one thing I will say where Advance might be a better entry point than the PlayStation version is they eliminate the charging mechanic. Like instead of having to wait 3-4 turns to cast fire, you just cast fire. And so it's just got a few quality of life improvements that are just they do make that game a little bit better. I remember being in college, taking out my Game Boy Advance SP in between classes, sitting in the library and just playing some tactics.
Oh yeah, that was such a good system for that. And I think it was the SP that started my real love for clamshells. Like that was such a cool
man.
game.
I also
would
had
take
the
it to
SP in college.
Yeah.
That's
It was
I just remembered some other tactics games I gotta mention. Pathway to Glory, Engage, High Seas, Engage.
Yes. Actually, that's a good one.
yeah.
Pathway
That's
to
a
Glory
great
is like one of the best games I've ever played, like
It's a
period.
very
It's
good
so
game.
good.
Mhm.
So maybe it's not so much the mechanic exactly as just, I guess, I don't know, the implementation, right? And the
I think a lot
story.
of, yeah, I think a lot
Because
of
a lot of good
JRPG
games are
tactic
being
games
dropped
are really
in there.
heavy. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's-
And Metal Gear Acid's being messed.
Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah,
I've
oh.
played that as well. Yeah.
But that's like a card game, right? You're
Yeah,
playing-
tactical
Yeah, it's
card
it's
game,
a
yeah.
really weird concept.
Cards?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah.
Huh. I've never actually played Metal Gear Acid.
It has a really cool art style as well. It's really a pretty cool game.
It's not
Very-
a
very-
Kojima game, right?
Again, it's only on PSP. It's not on anything else. So
Yeah, which is wild. It's just not one you hear brought up much
Not
anymore. I
really,
mean,
no.
people talk about Peace Walker, if anything, if we're talking about PSP Metal Gear.
For sure.
Then there was that awful one-off game. What was it? There's that one other one. Oh my god.
Portable
The
Ops.
one with the ninja?
Portable Ops. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Portable Ops was
Actually-
not good.
Acid was also on iOS or Android.
was it? Oh,
Yes.
check
I
that
think
out.
so. I'm almost certain.
That would be kind of.
Or was it Java? Actually,
Java?
it might be J2ME. Oh, I'm
Really?
getting all
That's
excited
even weirder.
now. I
That's
think
even
so.
weirder.
I just saw your entire being light up with
Yeah,
joy
I gotta,
right now.
like, yeah.
I feel like
So
every
I'm
single
actually-
one of us
I'm
in our
looking it up
next
right now,
videos
'cause I mean,
are
this is
gonna
kinda
have
like-
Metal Gear Acid now. Here's some gameplay
Yeah,
of Metal Gear
it was
Acid.
Java. It was Java. That's
Java, yeah.
unreal. I gotta find gameplay footage of this. What
John
the
Dark.
heck?
Well, I'm
John
gonna
Dark-
get my Java tutorial
was-
up soon. That's gonna be in there.
I've
For
been
sure.
waiting for that. I'm super excited.
I remember John Diarc.
Emulating that platform is a pain in the butt.
Well, it used to be, and it still is kind of. But I remember when we were trying to do Game of the Month, we started out the first month. John Diarc was nominated, and we didn't allow it because it wouldn't play on the Retroid Pocket 2.
And how times have changed.
I know, it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
That was
Can't help
only
but laugh at that. That's so.
that was the tail end of 2020, and it's just
Yeah,
wild.
it's
Like
crazy.
now we
It
think
came
of
back up
PSP
again.
as like an afterthought. Now it's like, oh, of course it runs PSP.
It was,
Yeah, if it
was
can't run
on the
PSP,
weekend
then
for
it's like, wow.
For the Sword and Board month, but
Retroid Pocket 2 is
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
first devices.
One of mine too. After the GPD XD, that's for sure.
Actually, I want to say it was my first. I think I got the 351p after I got the Retroid Pocket 2.
I have an RP2 shell here. This is that watermelon one I had in the video the other day.
I love
Yes.
that
still got the
color.
green one. Or is
No, I don't have the green one anymore.
The green one's great too.
I would totally get a jump green again.
All those colors were fantastic. They were so good. They need to bring them all back. Like,
Rob, there's something about the way your voice goes quiet whenever you see that watermelon, or you're like, oh, it's just.
I know, I know. Like,
Rob.
just-
Uh,
come on, let's
You're
just bring it
you're-
with me.
there's such like desire in the voice.
There's not many of these around. There's not many of these around. And this is the giveaway one
You
too.
know,
So
It's not close though, right? Is it the same? Because you have one.
so yeah. So these
Is
are
it-
a shade different, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I
Hmm.
thought. That's what I thought. Yeah.
No,
Hang
that
on one
one's
sec.
more appealing.
I might have something for you, Stubbs.
It's-
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's a deeper red. It looks like it's a deeper one, right?
So it is. It's a couple shades
Yeah,
of a deeper
yeah,
red.
Yeah.
So this is more aesthetically pleasing for sure. I really wish they would have color matched that exactly, but no real complaints because functionality wise, the flip is awesome.
Yeah.
I just want green. I don't care for red devices. Maybe next year, maybe that's my color, but this year I'm on the green devices. The clamshells though, the XD,
yeah.
that's a nice red XD clamshell. With a horribly broken hinge. This is just not broken hinge, but it's just loud.
Very
Oh yeah, the red 2DS.
Cool.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, 2DS. Yeah.
Yep, I love those colorways. They had it in blue
Yeah.
as well, which was awesome. Did they have I think they had yellow.
They had red,
Yeah.
blue, and
Yellow.
yellow. Yeah, these were Pokemon
Nice.
Pokemon
Ooh,
Virtual
beautiful.
Console systems.
I think there might be a green one that was released in Japan as well.
Yes, there is for
Yeah.
green.
So Stubbs, you need yourself a 2DS in green.
Okay.
I have the.
Oh yeah, yes. I don't have a 2DS right now.
There
either,
you
so-
go. See,
Don't get me started on
I'm
eBay
happy
again.
to help you spend your
You-
money. No problem.
No, you are spending my money. You had me bid on that Amiga A500.
I did not make you bid on that.
I chose to bid. I'm just blaming
Yes,
him afterwards
exactly.
because I feel better about it.
Here's the only downside. Great form factor.
Yeah.
TN screens.
I know.
Yeah, well,
You won't get IPS in your
Story of
library
the-
there.
the
And
3D.
even getting the IPS screens on the 3DS models are it's a crapshoot basically.
I know.
I have
Didn't
one,
somebody
but
in the
it's,
yes.
It's an LL, not an XL.
Yeah.
I had to mod it and then region change it.
Which is what I always do because they're cheaper. The LL models are always cheaper, so it's just the way to go.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with that. 100%.
Should have
You,
kept
you
my.
need to explore the Amiga library.
I will in my own time, in my own place, in my own way. I
Yeah,
don't.
my
Should be a Commodore stand.
Yeah, I want a Commodore 64 because I have Damien's Commodore 64 monitor,
So
and
cool.
it's so
I love
cool.
that
Like,
monitor.
I want to
So
color
cool.
match a system to it, and Amiga is a slightly too shade of white for me. It's not gonna work.
I would sell many of my possessions to get a Sharp 6800.
Oh, yeah, that's a
They
cool
just
one,
came.
too.
Oh, sorry, 68K, right?
Wait, did they come out with a
they
mini
took
one
the 8K.
recently?
Yeah, but it's Japan exclusive, and it's like
Those are tough.
$3,000.
What?
I've had a tutorial to get it going on the Miu Mini for like a year. I just haven't got around to it, but the soundtracks on the Sharp
Dang it.
X68K, oh my god, they sound so good. It's ridiculous.
And then James is asking, anyone else's V90 super red instead of kind of orange? Yes.
So
Mine's
there's a
orange.
red and an orange. That's the thing.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait, excuse me?
Yeah, there's an orange and a red of the V90.
No, there's not.
Really?
That's
like on purpose. 'Cause I'm
what.
pretty sure it's not
Like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure it's real. Yeah.
No, wait, no. We need to unpack
I
this
didn't-
for a
I didn't
second.
believe that.
We just entered. We just entered a whole.
I think the red one is like the super hard to come by one. Yeah,
I've never
Did
heard
they
of
just
that.
screw up the tinting on
Wait,
the
what?
plastic? Because that seems
Someone poured a little too much dye into it.
It's that's what I thought. Is that there's it's like an orangey red, but I've never ever put together that there might be a version that's more red or more orange. That's
Oops, I searched for red V90 and I got a whole bunch of Volvos. My mistake.
What
I'm on RetroDodo right now, and the picture of the red V90 looks more orange.
hold
So
on.
there's a
Oh god, we're gonna have to.
so wait, yeah, look at Russ's video. Russ's is red. His unit is
that
completely
was the
red.
lighting. I thought
No, then if you look at the orange one, there's definitely an orange one as well.
there's no orange V90. That was never a skew. Never ever.
Mine is
ever-
orange. Mine is 100% orange.
See?
I know that they look orange, but they're called red, right? Okay.
Oh, this is
On.
Retroid white all over again, right?
Yeah, no,
Right.
please don't go there.
That's why I said it.
You know-
Shem.
The
It's fine.
Volvo cross country orange. Okay, PowKiddy V90. How is
Oh my
this
goodness.
only $40?
It's always been orangish red.
I really
That
hope
does
Google
look
search
red.
safe search is turned on. Okay. There it. Oh. Well, yeah, they've been showing that orange since the beginning, but it's never that one in reality.
That's what mine looks like. Mine is that orange.
No, you have it with you.
Yes.
Can you prove this to me? You have it? I don't
It's
believe
in a
it.
box.
Please
It's in
show
a
it.
box that my setup is currently resting on, so I can't get
Oh,
it.
it's okay. It's all right. But that.
Does that
that's
King-
the same
Does that say
color.
King
That's the
Fart?
same shade.
Oh, King Fart.
King Furt.
King Fart.
I don't know what's worse actually. King Furt just sounds really inappropriate.
I've never in my life heard that word paired. King and fart. That's actually kind of a. We can make a band out of that, I think. That is red orange, and
Let's see Russ's,
Russ
yeah.
is.
I'm pretty sure orange is the only color that they've had.
Orange.
Sort of reddish orange.
Orange.
Come on, internet.
That's great.
Yeah, that's red.
Oh
wow.
no,
That is-
you're right.
Yeah, that is like pure
Wow.
blood red.
Well, that's the one I would
Camera
want.
Work.
That's
What?
the one I would want.
Okay, I'll get photos of mine.
That's
And I'll
Hold on,
share
way
it.
more
I'm trying to
attractive.
find some videos.
Until I see two devices taken in the same shot that's clearly two different shades, I'm just saying this is all just like cameras. Like
My
this is
I have a
red
video of
orange
mine.
color.
I mean, okay.
King
All
Furt.
right. Okay, let's get off. Let's get off of the King
Wait.
Fart page. And King
Where's
Fart
the King
office
Furt
is
X28?
2585. They're located in Kennewick, Washington. We could have it here by May 25th.
What I love is if you type in like red PowKiddy V90 into Google, you scroll down. There's a picture of it from Walmart, and it's orange. Then there's a picture from Newegg, and it's definitely red. So it's like there's just like
What is
one
going
answer.
on?
Dude.
It's just,
have
well,
we
the
been?
thing is, it's
Two
a
side by
promo
side.
shot though. Here, go search for it.
Well, I searched it in image. You want to
Bring-
just do
bring
it?
up my
go to all.
videos,
Yeah,
then.
so scroll down, scroll all the way down
Okay.
to the bottom.
All right.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
There you go. So
Oh,
right
yeah.
there, they're a little different. That it's
Wait. Do you have one side by
Right
side
there.
or?
yeah, these two.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
the
right.
Walmart and Newegg one.
Enhance.
What-
Enhance.
What's happening
It's
there
not
though?
side by side in the same shot.
No, but they're definitely different shades though. It's crazy. What is going on there?
Yeah, I mean,
This is
this is breaking news, everybody. This is,
I'm not buying it. This is one of those like ever see them in the same room type situations. Like
this is
You mean like
the
you mean
same
like
thing.
Stubbs and ETA with their thumbs?
yeah, exactly. It's the same person. Until you prove me
Okay.
otherwise. Until you prove otherwise, it's the same person.
Wow, I'm sorry, but my world has been blown right now. This has been red forever, but I've always known it as this ugly orange red. And this whole time I could have been experiencing a true apple like candy red. What in the world? PowKiddy? Why don't you just tell people? Why don't you say you're buying orange? At some point along the way, they changed the dye. They Wow, I've really been bamboozled today. What is going on? Okay, we've entered some sort of weird Mandela effect timeline here. This is proof that the Matrix is real. This is proof that the AI what is that theory? We're all in a simulation theory. Simulation theory. This is the truth. This is what proves that. This didn't exist before now.
Yeah, for sure.
This was never a thing.
I feel like we've entered into that meme from It's Always Sunny.
No.
The next thing you know, next podcast behind Stubbs, there's just going to be like all pictures and like red rope
lines?
running to
Yeah.
eat picture.
Yeah.
I
Circling
don't.
things.
I'm sorry, but I count myself as one of the more like anal OCD people in the community. I don't know if I pride myself on that, but I definitely have that, and I would have noticed it by now. How?
Well, here's your mission if you choose to accept it, Stubbs. You must purchase V90s until you have 2 different shades in hand that you can take in the same shot. Because until then, this is like 2 people with V90s and light boxes blowing your mind by just having 2 separate cameras.
This is great.
Um,
I know who's not getting any sleep tonight.
This is the most niche thing I've ever talked about.
There's going to be live unboxings. It's red! No, that was red!
Unfortunately, I probably am going to pick up a couple of V90s.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Try to win the red lottery. I can't not now. I've never reviewed or looked at the true red one before with my own eyes. I don't know what else to do right now except for find that somewhere or find someone who has it. I wonder if Russ still has it. Shem has one. I don't believe this still. You guys are playing a big trick on me. Who put these Google results up? Who did this? Who's Sean Inman? Or not Sean Inman. Sean, James DeWitts. James DeWitts, you started all this. You've put this whole elaborate scheme together, and I applaud your efforts. This took a lot of effort and thinking, getting these in the results here. But
Yeah,
Rob came in and clutched there, and he knew exactly where to go. Oh, this was planned. This was planned. You guys are messing with me.
Flash forward to a year from now, Stubbs' children are like, "Daddy, won't you come out of the room?" His wife is like ready to leave him, and he's like, "I've got to buy another V90. I got to find the red one."
V90s.
He's got stacks of them. Somebody have some kids. These need to be justified. Mail them to doctors who are giving births.
Oh.
One day when you're all alone at the end, you're gonna be walking through like a Goodwill, and you're gonna see the red V90, and it's all gonna be worth it.
And I'll just die on the spot. I'll see it, and that's enough for me. I've had a good
Right
life.
before you can touch it, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh.
I feel so personal about this because I am mailing V90s to everyone who has a baby in the world who reports it in our Discord server, which is a true story. I just sent another one yesterday. And here I am sending them orange V90s when I intended to send them red V90s all along.
Right.
I'm not going to say why again. Don't worry.
One of these days, Stubbs, you're gonna walk into a gaming store like 20 years from now, like flea market, retro game, like vintage antique store, and you're gonna look through the display case and you're gonna see that red V90. You're gonna be so excited. You're gonna ask to see that device. You're gonna open it up. It's a GBA SP with a Chinese shell on it.
And I'll say this is trash. I don't care if it has an IPS screen.
It's just
one of those things. One of those things that's super reviewed.
The clerk is super confused. Like, you try to explain, but it doesn't make sense.
James. Maybe for my entire life on my deathbed, child will walk up to him, the red one, and he will expire. Well, that's what Shem said too. Oh my god, you guys, I can't.
See, now
I
you got
love
me
you guys,
thinking.
but you really are. This has to be a prank. Truly, this truly does have to be a prank.
Now you got me thinking that there's a
Other
future where we
cameras
could walk
exist.
into a retro game store and there's not going to be like discs and cartridges. There's going to be like Ambernicks and PowKiddies.
I saw one X player in a store.
I don't know if
window the other
PowKiddies
day.
are gonna last
Did?
long enough to make it into a
Yeah.
store.
I mean, we're for sure going to see Data Frogs in store soon. That's going to be a Walmart special for sure. I mean, have you guys seen the absolute e-waste trash that are in Target?
Oh,
Like, have you seen the
such
what is
junk.
it, My Retro case or something?
Well, hold on. Don't speak too soon because I did the video on that
Oh yeah.
that little one I bought on clearance, and that thing was great.
What'd you get?
It's called like the Orb Retro Handheld.
Oh,
There's a video on my
no.
channel about it. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's not that bad.
Let me
Video.
show your guys' channels too before we hop off here. Do you guys see while I'm headed over there, do you guys see the Tenacious D song out today that's called Video Games? It's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's everything you think it would be because Jack Black plays a lot of
Or
games.
Jack Black
and-
is, he's
yeah,
Did he
he's
shave his hobo beard?
no, I mean he's right here. There's this hope. Uh,
Oh, he's got the hobo beard. Good for him.
He's trying to get him on.
He does. We
Why not?
should. I
that
don't know
would
if he's
be
there yet,
incredible. That would be
but
incredible.
like
I bet you
we
could
should
do it.
high. You know what? I bet if we just asked Jack Black, I retweeted one of your tweets today. Or if you're watching this live stream, you
Hello.
probably are. Then hop on the show. Let's talk about Jablinski Games, your channel. I really enjoy watching that.
Yeah, Jack Black has 3 hours to spare watching 5 nerds talk about $20 Chinese handhelds.
He does. And
Hey, the
of course he
V90
does.
only costs $20 if it's orange. Or sorry, orange or
Don't say
Grello.
or- Don't say red.
Can't say red. I'll be
The
triggered.
black
then.
ones are $40. You just can't deal.
I was gonna say
always-
definitely don't mention the space gray ones.
What?
No.
Yeah. You guys
Joke.
joking?
The joke.
Is this one a joke?
Oh,
Or is this okay?
It's a joke.
Okay. So you're on your channel here. What video
Mm-hmm.
did you want to show to us today? Oh, that's a nice red one.
There it is. There.
That's
You
what I was
got
talking
it.
about. Yeah,
You got it.
Oh,
I did
my
the
eyes
red,
went right to it.
the red thumbnail because that's all I could find.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just a little,
Oh, yeah.
like 101
Video.
games. Not that
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, there's
Got
some
the little
actually
thin
fun.
guy?
You actually like this, and this was like a $7, $10. Wow. Sometimes that happens. I think Zoo likes a few of the e-waste things that I sent him in the end.
Yeah, I say in the end of the video, like, if I was on a train with like literally nothing else to do and I found this in my bag, I wouldn't be like that upset. It's actually like,
Really?
this game is great. This low
that
Asian
game
game.
looks cool. Is
Yeah.
are these games all custom made for this device?
Yeah, and another thing I mentioned in there is that they all share elements like health bars and scores and stuff. So they probably have like a game engine, and I would do anything to see that game engine.
Anything?
Well, no, not anything. Yeah, there's a bunch of plagiarism with sprites and music and stuff, and yeah.
There's Sonic in it?
Well, they use a bunch of the Sonic music for the random games on the
Oh, right.
device.
Yeah, I watched this video. I remember this one. This was a really fun video.
Labyrinth Zone, you know it. We all know the part that makes you dance.
We do. Hi, honey. This is my 5-year-old daughter, Leia.
Hi, Leia.
Hi, Leia.
hi there.
Come to be on the stream. What are you showing us today? Are you we're
My
You're gonna-
rainbow bow.
your rainbow bell?
No, my rainbow bow.
Oh, your rainbow bow. Rainbow bow. Say that 10 times fast. Rainbow bow, rainbow bow, rainbow bow, rainbow bow, rainbow bow. PPSs, 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 PPSs. You'll know what
Yeah,
I
that
mean.
one gets me too.
Oh, that one is such a hard one to say.
We're
For
just
so
wrapping
many
up.
reasons.
We're wrapping up our
wanted to do,
podcast.
Like something really today.
What do you want to say?
I really wanted to do again, like you be on your guitar and Normie just sing and dance.
You want me to go on my guitar and then you and Nori sing and dance
Yeah,
while I
wanna do
play
that again.
tonight?
Yeah.
When I put you to bed? Okay, deal.
Yeah.
All right, high five. Say hi to my internet friends.
Hey, ow, no.
Uh-oh, we'll fix
Oh
that later.
no.
We'll fix that later. Well,
She's my favorite bow.
sounds good.
Can you hold me right now?
No, not right now. I'm actually on the internet with a lot. There's actually people watching me on the internet. I know.
So there can be people watching me.
Well, okay. I mean, I guess you're saying that it's okay. It's all right. What do you want me to do? I mean,
Fix it.
just I don't know how bows work though, man.
It's never gonna happen.
Here we go. This is
I try to learn how to braid hair.
Here's a bow.
It did not end
Stubbs
well.
is like, cool. We'll fix this by going to wherever we bought this.
Yeah, that is usually what I do. I'm like, oh, it's dead. We'll go to Target and get another one. We'll go to Target and get another one, honey. Okay.
There it is.
We'll go to. Huh? We got that from Target, right?
No, Mom got it.
Oh, your mom got it for you?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, we'll figure out where that's from, and we'll have it back ready in your hands by Sunday. Deal. I'm gonna finish my podcasting. Is that okay? Okay. Cool. Thanks.
She's like, no.
She's like, no, not gonna be. So yeah, I mean, Target has some true e-waste and maybe some gems. I was looking at that little cute Atari 2600 with the little TV. Kind of looks like that one that we reviewed, the bookshelf. That looked appealing to me. But beyond that, I mean, those like My Retro games that make all those little sort of 101s. None of those are just like the buttons don't feel right, and it's just like, and they're like $40, not $10. This is good for $10, but for $40, would you be upset for $40?
No. Yeah, I think so.
I thought so too. So that's that. Is there really a gray shell V90 though?
No.
Is that no?
No.
Okay. Oh,
100%.
okay. And there's no red V90, right?
No.
Okay, thanks.
I'm glad we cleared this up.
We did. So everybody check out RetroBreeze, the RetroBreeze YT YouTube account. Join, subscribe. You've been on just a roll lately of videos. I feel like you're just getting into the video flow for the year, and I'm excited for it. And you're passionate, and you're like, no more Windows. And you're also like, hey, these cool different things, and I'm here for pretty much everything. God, there was a really helpful video you put out just a few days ago that I really liked. The blood encrypted passage. So telling people how to set up a particular port on the Mini Plus through Onion OS. And that is so needed because I always get lost on ports, and there are no guides for particular ports. Like, okay, what files do I need? What BIOS files? So this is really cool.
Yeah, so I will be doing a video for every single port in the Mini Onion OS port collection, which is like 67 games. I'm going to do a whole series, every single one, which isn't that great because like 20 of them are already pre-configured. But yeah, there's going to be a lot over the next couple months. It will be every week there'll be a new one.
Oh, okay.
Diablo is next, and then Doom. And when I say Doom, I mean 5 different Doom games.
I want Brutal Doom and definitely Diablo. Oh, hello again. All right. I usually podcast from my studio so that because that I can lock the door. But I'm in my wife's
What's up, dude?
office now, and so
She knows what's up.
I love you. Olaf. Do you want a banana?
No,
That I put in my water bottle?
it's a peel.
It's a banana peel. Well, I already ate the banana. Do you want the banana peel? No? You sure?
Nah,
Pretty good.
I'm hungry,
Okay.
but not that.
You're hungry, but not for this?
No.
Well, it's way past dinner time.
No.
For real. All right, we'll start your YouTube channel tomorrow, but for tonight, I'll come talk to you in a minute. Are you just hanging out for the rest of the stream? All right, very well. So we're excited for this. And Shem, did you have any other thoughts before we show off?
No.
Thank you, honey.
No thank yous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are we way past bedtime? Are you being silly? Okay, good.
You
Now-
get on your guitar and learn me sing.
I'll get on my guitar.
dance.
All right, we'll do guitar in a minute. Okay. All right.
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is what dad mode looks like for unscripted dad moments. Here we go. I need
Wholesome.
I need to show my friend, my other friend here, TeamRetrogue. Mikhailov, tell us about your channel. Where can we find you? At TeamRetrogue, right?
At TeamRetrogue. I don't know. I'm a little all over the place at the moment. I was doing a series on Evercade, and then AYANEO decided to attract me and be shiny and make me spend my money with them. So I'm going to finish up on the AYANEO Geek,
Miss Dinner.
hopefully this week, if not next. But I'm trying to keep things tutorial based because I know there's a lot with reviews and all that, but I like to get into the nitty gritty and really, maybe it's the teacher in me. I like to really show, like from beginning to end, how to set something up. So that's where I'm trying to go. So probably like when the Surface Duo comes, I'll probably do something on that. And
Awesome. I'm
Yes.
super excited for that.
Good stuff.
And you got your community posts. Oh, and you posted even about the podcast tonight.
I did. I try to stay active on the community post because there tends to be a little bit of I'm working on playlists. I'm sorry, I'm behind.
No, it's okay. You got you got your community post
Yeah.
going, and you're well over 1,000 subs, and you're
'Cause
on your way.
it-
and everyone
ahead.
subscribe right now. Let's get him over 2K right now on the stream, or
Yes.
by the time you watch this after a day. Come on.
Yep.
We're almost there. 1.76. Let's get that to 2K.
He deserves
if-
it. He definitely deserves it. He has
If-
really
If
good.
I get to
Hey
2K,
guys.
I will. I'm trying. I'm looking down at it. If I get to 2K, I will give away my Retroid Pocket 3
Wow, nice.
because that'll be an excuse for me to get the 3 Plus.
Yeah, that's. And
I
that's
really
the-
liked in your Steam Deck review, you really went over some like unique use cases that you had for
Love
it.
that. Yeah.
Oh, the
And
clo-
I think it really adds some really good value to that. So yeah, great
Yeah,
work.
the Clone Hero thing was fun. Like I
Yeah,
actually
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Clone Hero. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like actually I actually took a buddy's cover of a song and I made it a Clone Hero track and I just put it in the game. And I did it on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that was
fun.
no, that was a fun time.
Yeah, and
I'm
I've been
honored that
seeing
you
posting already.
watched it actually.
Well, not just us, but everyone on the stream here. Go check out
Mhm.
some of TeamRetrogue stuff. This is
Such a good game.
Oh,
Such a good
Nier.
game.
Look at that.
Nier's great.
I haven't.
I love
What
that
case
game.
do you have on the Steam Deck here? What is that?
That's the kill switch.
The kill switch. Nice. I like the
Yeah.
look of it.
Great
Is it-
name
Yeah.
and a great game too.
Yeah, I need to play that game more. The Final Fantasy 14 needs to like go away. I'm spending way too much time playing that. It's at the point where it's like, can this handle play Final Fantasy 14? Okay, good. Let's review it.
You have a consistent thumbnail style too, which is tough to stick to.
It
I
is.
would-
Yeah. Thumbnails
always-
are a nightmare.
Thumbnails can be a nightmare. It's just like finding the right theme, and then
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, you've stuck
Transparent
to
backgrounds.
one. Have you stuck to one theme since the start? Okay,
I think
you
so.
little.
Oh, that's the
little different.
old stuff. That's the Twitch stuff.
Yeah, so you started out doing Twitch stuff, moved on, and started reviewing some of these handhelds. You're doing Fire Sticks, and
I'm trying to remember when I found your channel, like what the reason was. I always like to like think back to like what got me to the channel. I'm trying to think what it was though.
Knowing us, it's probably something we both had.
It's probably something obscure too, like
Yeah.
or like an obscure topic for sure. Like I'm just trying to think what it was. But yeah, I mean, I've always found your videos very helpful. I think they're great videos, and definitely sub to him. He needs the subs.
and you're doing you even did a video on the Luna and the Stadia controller. So are we able to actually use those now as
Yeah.
Really?
Luna has built-in Bluetooth support already,
Really?
and Google released a Stadia Bluetooth tool, so it puts it into Bluetooth mode.
Really? That's
I
really
love
cool.
those.
I've come
I love
so
those.
close to buying that controller so many times. I love the purple
Yeah.
inside the analog sticks. It
Yeah.
looks really good. It looks
It's
really nice.
surprisingly
high quality.
comfortable controller.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I absolutely love seeing random companies' takes on like the standard gamepad. Like I love the original Amazon Fire controller
Yep.
was so cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a response back, Shem? For the
No, I don't think so, but I
Yeah.
kind of just ran. I really want to play that game. I might have to buy one.
Yeah, you might be doomed. I think you'll have to pick it up.
But they're always on sale. Black Friday's coming. There might be an Amazon day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Check out
TeamRetrogue's channel. Thank you. For Prime content, also check out RetroBreeze. Check out King Fart if you want a red V90. Do you want a King Fart? Do you want a King Fart machine? I know your dad is King Fart machine because I have too much cheese. I need to stop podcasting now.
we're professional nerds, honey. I can't this is my life.
Yeah.
So guys, thank
Listen,
you
I was
all.
at Jungle Gym only a few hours ago. I get it.
You've been there.
Oh yeah.
Join the Patreon if you
For
support what we
somebody
do.
who also laughs at the word fart.
Word fart is forever funny.
Yeah.
Farts are great.
All right, now with and farts are great. Let's
Okay, so we're Retro Handhelds. Farts are great. Join our patrons program if you want to support us and buy the merch. Also, RetroBreeze, Shem, you have your merch. I see wearing on your shirt. You have shirts. I would like to buy one of those shirts to wear.
this was an exclusive birthday gift from Mrs. Breeze, so maybe I'll do it. Maybe
Mrs.
I've been
Breeze,
considering some merch. Yeah.
I would love RetroBreeze. And oh boy. All right, we better stop this stream. So everyone, again, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Take care of your handhelds. Take care of each other, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys, thanks for hopping on.
We're here every week now, pretty much making videos up to wazoo, and I'm really having a good time playing these games with you all, playing these retro handheld war games. Oh boy, she's 5 years old. This is what happens. Love you all. Bye.
Install Linux.